from Seattle, Washington, Houston, Texas, and somewhere in the Grand Canyon, Michelle.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 768 of the Video Game Outsiders podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Michelle Madison.
And I, of course, am your John Jacobson. And
I'm Matt.
Now, Matt, you are using
guys.
a different mic tonight.
Hi, John. Yes, I am. I'm using a new mic.
Don't.
No.
We didn't say a new voice.
Okay,
We said a new mic. Come on now.
This is okay. So, by the way, my snowball died last week.
It did? After we talked
wow,
about it?
after
That's
we
really
talk
weird.
shit about it? That's the VGO curse, by the way. Whenever
That's
we
why-
talk shit on somebody, they die.
Yeah.
That's why I was wondering if it was you guys or something. So I've
Yeah.
switched. This is my recording studio, and I'm just going to try it from here. I've got a little adjusting to do after the show, but this is what it's going to be like for now.
Yeah, this is
All
what
right.
you use when you're doing your professional voice acting work, when you're drowning or
What-
playing a suitcase, or what's the
Right.
latest thing you've
Yeah.
done? You were dog food or something?
I was a
What-
dog. I was a
Okay.
hungry dog. I was a hostess tagline guy for Twinkies.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
I thought those went away. Didn't someone buy Twinkies? Didn't someone bring them back? What's
Well, it's Hostess's version of Twinkies. It's like
Hostess
they're-
always
they're
made
Wait, didn't they
Twinkies.
always make Twinkies? Who made Twinkies before
no,
Hostess?
Well, they don't call them Twinkies. I can't remember the name,
Okay.
but it's
Like Twonkies
it's
or
just-
something? It's like the ghetto ass version.
yeah, the
yeah,
Twinks.
see,
it's called
it
Twinks.
was
The
formerly
Twinks, yeah,
made.
they're
The
shaped like
brand
it.
is okay. The brand is currently owned by Hostess,
Okay.
Yeah.
having been formerly owned by private equity firms.
Well, I'm glad we're getting to the bottom of Twinkies here at the
Shell
start of our gaming
companies.
show.
So it was a money laundering company.
Yeah.
It is.
Because I thought it went away and then it came back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Return of the Twinkies. So the Twinkie came back in 2013.
Yeah, so they were looking for a real twink type voice for their
Right,
campaign.
of course.
and,
You do
they
all the
settled on me.
twink sounds.
Twinks is kind of my wheelhouse. Yeah.
Now, have
Yeah.
you ever had a deep fried Twinkie?
Oh, that sounds good. Aren't they deep fried anyways?
No.
It's cake, right?
It's like sponge cake, isn't
I've
it?
never
With-
had a Twinkie. I was always the little chocolate cupcake ones with the
Yeah, the Hostess cupcake
Yeah.
with the little swirl thing on the
Yeah,
top. The
they
white
tasted
little
so bad.
lace.
but-
Yeah,
No, they
the,
have-
the frosting was like wax.
yeah, it was. It was
delicious,
like something
though,
you'd
dude.
seal a
Like-
letter with in 1412. It was not edible. It was
The little
it was-
hostess stamp. On
Yeah, it was not good. But we should say we are on Spotify. We wanted to mention that because we've been kind of neglecting that. And we added a trailer on there. You can hear Brian Redband talking about VR chat. He's a friend of the show. He's been on twice. And so we put him up there on our trailer. There's also a way to follow us on there. So just click the follow button. Even if you don't listen on Spotify, it might just help us out. We're trying to get curated up on there because, like I said, we've been on Spotify for a bit, but we never really mentioned it.
No. Yeah, and it seems like a lot of podcasting is going there anyway.
Obviously.
So,
Yeah.
so if you guys have Spotify installed and maybe you don't use it for podcasts, just find us on there and follow us. That would be helpful, I think. We think.
Yeah. We think. We don't know the algorithms yet. We got to figure that
Right.
out. But right now we are live on videogameoutsiders.com. We do it every Tuesday from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern. And it's good to be back live, by the way. We didn't do a live show last week. It has a completely different feel. So I'm glad
It
to be
is.
live. But if you miss the show
Chillax.
live, you can find us during the week anywhere podcasts are, but also up on our app because we do bonus shows during the week. Some are free and some are premium. John, how do they get that and the entire back catalog of 18 years?
That's right. Go to videogameoutsiders.com. That is our website. There is a red, juicy premium button. You want to click that and then sign up to go premium. It's $1.99 a month. And then after you get those credentials, you can log in on our website at videogameoutsiders.com or use our free app on iOS or Android. Search for Video Game Outsiders. It'll unlock all of the bonus content. You know, there's a lot of stuff happening here in the Video Game Outsiders studios.
The virtual
when
studios.
When we're not
Yeah.
doing these regularly scheduled shows, you know, we do Micro VGO, PC Outsiders. Sometimes we do Netflix or Amazon, whatever, and then John Show, etc. It's all on the app. So if you want to unlock it, go to videogameoutsiders.com and go premium. And then also, anytime during the week, you guys can send us voicemails at 520-FEEL-VGO. Could be a question, comment, whatever. Just pick up your phone and dial 520-FEEL-VGO, Tiger.
Hey, Tactical Shogun community show. Listen, I love to fucking see that the Weeb Wave is not just hitting the CS, that it's hitting you guys over there in the mainland. Now, Michelle, I will say that you already watch Castlevania and fucking Arcane and SpongeBob and all these other fucking cartoons. So you might as well dip your toe in a little bit of the anime, lean into it, and watch Attack on Titan, the literal fucking filet mignon of anime. I think that's the fucking
I know.
You're going to be raving about this shit to your fucking dog. So, listen, do me a favor, take a chance. I know you listen to me and Ghost talk about it. So fucking
This guy is an anime
weeb
pusher.
away. Thank you.
He is pushing
Right.
the weeb thing, and I have been hearing
You know
a lot
what's-
about Attack on Titan. I
Well, I
don't
was
know
going to
anything
say,
about it.
I was watching, what's his name? Adam Savage, the guy from Savage guy.
Mythbusters?
Yeah, from Mythbusters, right?
Yeah.
I've been watching him on YouTube. He actually has a really good channel,
Yeah.
and he was talking about his favorite, and this made me think of you. His favorite movies, and he, by the way, he like worked for Industrial Light and Magic on Star Wars and all that shit. Like he has he's not just the Mythbuster guy. He has a lot of like movie experience. But he said his top two favorite movies were, I think, Raiders of the Lost Ark and Spirited Away, Michelle. And I thought of you
Right, I know. You're going to say...
because that is a Studio
yeah.
Ghibli, and that was his in his top five.
Well, I looked
Like
at Attack on Titans. Is that what it's
Yeah.
called?
Yeah.
Attack on Titan. It looks very like something a guy would like. And at the end of the day, I do still have a vagina. So what's going to get me interested in this?
Spirited Away.
Is there some sort
There's
of...
a lot of softcore porn.
Is there
anime
a
you
romance
might be
going
interested
on,
in.
like some
a
star-crossed
lot.
lover shit in this Attack on Titan? Or is it
You
just
don't
like a
want
little boy beating up
romance,
a Titan?
Michelle.
I'm literally telling you one of the
I don't want
highest
a little
rated.
boy beating up a Titan. Like, I need more. You know, like, I know I like dude stuff,
Spirited
but I'm also
Away.
a woman at the end of the
Spirited
day. I
Away
need a
is
little
fantastic.
something. Is it? I've
But
never
that's
seen
like-
it.
Away.
All right.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a movie.
So-
It's like
And it's
the
a-
Eastern
and my-
version of Disney,
Yeah.
like that studio.
Ghibli.
Okay.
And there's a great documentary
Fun.
about that studio that's fucking amazing. Like this old guy, well, he's old now. Like he just is like he's a taskmaster, and he just doesn't respect anybody. And you got to do it his fucking way. You're gonna get the fuck out of here, or you're gonna get hit with a ruler in your head. Like it's
What?
crazy.
Is
Yes. What?
Okay.
Spirited Away?
No, the guy that made it, Hayao Miyazaki.
Oh, okay. I
Oh,
like people
okay.
like that.
Yeah.
Like, at least it's his vision, and it
He's
is what
a
it is.
fucking. He is like, listen, motherfuckers.
Oh.
You go sit in the corner and draw for two days and,
Right.
and then show it to me.
I
And
like
then
that.
we'll
I like
see.
a little abuse
What?
in my shows when they're made. I want a
I got a
little
question,
abuse.
maybe tactical can answer. Would
Yeah.
that new Blade Runner anime on Netflix count as anime, or is
Oh,
that like too
yeah.
mainstream?
I haven't seen that.
Because there's a new Blade Runner anime
What
that
about
I
that
started watching.
Sex, Love, and Robots? Is that what it's called? Have you ever seen any
Yeah,
of
that's
that?
not
Matt?
anime. That's just different styles.
Okay,
There's some anime
different
in that.
animated things.
It's an
Okay.
anthology.
Well, yeah, I
don't
will.
know.
I'll check out
Anime
at
is
least
such
one
a-
episode, but I need a little something other than a boy beating up a Titan. You know what I mean? I don't know. It might. I might need a little more, but we'll see. A lot of people love that show, though. I think I watched something like there's so many.
Cowboy Bebop. Badger says in chat. Those
yeah.
are really short episodes, but the
Okay.
writing is really good. It's a very different show, Cowboy Bebop. And then maybe you can
Okay.
watch the Netflix show and see if it compares.
Now, this is overload.
You're not-
I gotta dip
You're
my toes
not-
in slowly.
I'm literally telling you the best
Yeah.
fucking thing.
Yeah, but that's
God.
that's like
What?
you're gonna spoil her though, because she's gonna watch that and think all anime is this beautiful.
Well, why not start with the
fluid-
best?
Look at
and
that!
then
Look
get
at that
let down.
motherfucker
I mean,
right
that's
there.
the way.
That guy right. Look, I put the picture of him right there. Look
That's
at
what
that
my
guy.
girlfriends say. Yeah.
That motherfucker knows what
Oh,
he's
look
doing.
at that. It's like he's like, what's that guy? He's like the fat guy, Kenny Rogers, except the Asian version with that beard. That's nice. All right, well,
fuck
maybe
with him.
we'll check that out this week. We'll check out something. Maybe do another Weeb episode at some
He's got
point.
Castle in the Sky, all that shit. My
And what's
neighbor
the plot
Totoro.
of Spirited Away?
Oh god, I knew you were going to ask me next.
Oh,
I haven't
that's
seen it in so long.
I got this one, John. I got this one.
Just
Okay,
in
good,
one
good.
sentence, really quickly.
I actually started watching this again like 2 months ago. It's a little girl that gets transported to this mystical place, kind of a bathhouse for spirits. And
Okay.
this whole village, it's abandoned except for these spirits that run all the stalls. And it's kind of her journey into this land and understanding and getting wrapped up in the affairs of this spa. And it's super sweet. And her parents are looking for her. It is very much like a Disney film.
But it's scary
Yes.
though. There's like no face,
It is, yeah.
the no face guy. There's dragons and demons, and there's like wasn't there like some like plague or something like that black stuff that's everywhere? Like the
Yeah,
dust.
no, there's some shit going on, and there's
Yeah.
some like gobby, like gooey creatures that haunt
Okay.
the place. So,
Some goo.
but the animation
All right.
style's it's gorgeous. I mean, it's refreshing not to see a computer animated.
Yeah.
Right, and that's all like it's all made by hand. The whole fucking movie.
Yeah,
All right. Well,
Anyway,
let's move
there you
on
go.
to what we played and some gaming news.
All right, Michelle, I'm interested to hear what you did last week.
Yeah. Well, this week, kind of, because a lot of the stuff I just played today, and one of the games is 2 Point Campus. It is the sequel to 2 Point Hospital. It's another business simulation game. It just came out today on Game Pass. And if you played 2 Point Hospital, you've played 2 Point Campus because they really just swapped the art. It's a reskin. And the game sort of starts off by promising you that you can build the university of your dreams. And I'm like, all right, great. I'm going to go full Professor X with this shit. Because if I had a university, there'd be only special kids there. And I'm not talking about the ones who eat glue. I'm talking about the ones with powers. And I would want that. But
and you could do that?
No,
are you turning this into Harry Potter again?
No, I tried, but I'm not into Harry Potter. I said Professor X. Do you even know what? Well, okay, where's Professor X from? Let's see if John even knows.
I'm guessing X-Men, but who knows?
That was a big leap. So the first thing they tell you, though, is you're going to start off in a quiet country town with low expectations for your university.
Right.
And
you start
doing these basic, mundane, uninteresting, formulaic tasks like drop a science lab, make a bathroom, hire teachers, hire janitors. And all of a sudden, half the school year is over because, time is ticking away and you can control the speed. And I'm bored. I am bored already. And it's really just a reskin of 2 Point Hospital. So if you like that, great. If you don't, you have to pass on this because to me, it's lazy design. I've done this before, and it's the first time it was kind of
it's
cool.
Literally,
I'm
how can
over
it be? How it's not a hospital; it's a campus, but it's the same game.
Yes, basically the same game. Yeah. I mean, people are saying that though, but people are saying they like it. Like if you like this sort of thing, if you like these business simulators, for me, Planet Coaster is still my pick for the best type of these micromanaging games where you create something. There was a lot of freedom in that game to put in your own art. Steam Workshop worked with it. I made like a Star Trek theme park, a Matrix theme park, all this cool stuff, a Warcraft theme park. That was actually fun managing the craziness that went on and building roller coasters. This to me was really boring.
Adam Savage said Matrix, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Spirited Away. I was trying to think of the third
Animatrix.
No, the Matrix movie because he worked on that too.
Oh,
well, I mean, I like the other two movies. I've watched that. So yeah, I didn't play this that much just because it was really what I've done before with 2 Point Hospital, and I couldn't get that into it. So it is on Game Pass though, so if you have that, it might be worth
it's everywhere. It's on the Switch.
Yeah.
Like, how would that work with a controller?
I don't know.
It's bad.
But the Steam Survival Fest was going on, and I like to pay attention to these little special mini holidays over at Steam as a mostly PC gamer, and they were featuring an older game I had never tried called Project Zomboid, and it is an RPG survival horror game from 2013.
This game is being pushed on me nonstop
Yes,
on the
it
Steam Deck store.
I bet. Well, the Survival Fest is going on, and a bunch of people started buying it again. And I guess Build 41 recently came out, and the game is like redone and better. But I have to tell you that this game looks like shit graphically. It's comical. It almost looks like PUBG if it somehow looked 50 times worse.
It looks like the original Postal game that I played like around 1999. I
mean, it looks bad, but it's almost okay because it's kind of funny bad. And, you know, it's really over the top, but it is a survival RPG at the end of the day. It starts off saying, soon you will die horribly and you will be swiftly forgotten. Everything will have been for nothing. So go out fighting. And you're like, all right, that's what's happening. And they sort of throw you in the tutorial and there's zombies coming everywhere. And well, not coming, but coming out of the walls, whatever. So yeah, it's not that kind
I
of
don't
game.
think that we assumed that. I don't know.
Well,
I didn't.
Know somebody did. I'm used to that. If I say anything to do with anything, people are always like, "What?" So I just want to preface it's not that sort of game. But yeah, the thing is, you get to pick whether you want to play.
So there's no jizzing zombies.
No jizzing zombies. Maybe. Actually, there could be. I just haven't gotten that far in the game.
Well, how did the zombies...
third level.
I feel like you don't want to jerk off a zombie. Come off in your hand.
Do the zombies procreate, though? And is there zombie jizz involved?
Little zombie babies?
I feel like that's impossible. There's so many holes in zombies. Like, I don't think that whole system would work.
If AI can make babies,
leakage.
why can't zombies make like a little dead baby? I don't know.
Are there zombies? Are we aware of like a movie or something that has zombie babies? Like
so zombies are really dead, but their
I've
brains
seen
are
that.
still going. So why wouldn't they be able to? I mean, they're going to be stiff because they're dead. They have rigor mortis. So why wouldn't they be able to make a baby?
Well, that works.
Yeah.
Well, because zombies are, and I'm kind of an expert in zombies. Zombies are mostly driven by like a virus in their blood that animates their like rotting corpse.
What if it's animating their sperm?
But the reproductive organs aren't going to work. That's what I'm saying. Like it's like a wet noodle down a hallway. It's not
I don't
going to.
think it is.
Matt,
I
this
think
microphone,
the zombies
this
I've seen have been firm.
Did we address?
Did we address Matt's new microphone? I think we did at the start of the show. Yeah, we said he was.
Why? What's
was that?
wrong?
Were we on the air? Or
I think he respects you a little bit more. I think you're a little more masculine sounding.
Like,
He's a little more commanding. Is that what it is?
Sounds like an explainer video or something. Like he's here explaining like what zombies.
Let me tell you about zombies. Their dicks are broken. They got a broken penis.
Now wait, what was it about the zombies though? You said they have
so like it's the blood, right? They have a virus in them that's animating them, like driving them forward. But the rest of their body is decomposing and stuff.
Well,
so,
I mean that's sort of how these things work, right? With that one that controls cats that Rogan's always talking about, toxoplasma. Or whatever.
No. I
think their genitals work. I think they
you got to pump blood into those things, right? And that whole circulatory system isn't working in a zombie.
But they're stiff.
As it would in a human. Plus the sperm factory probably isn't working. I'm just saying a zombie
I think they're dead sperm
probably.
and they make dead babies.
I've seen videos of zombie sex. But I don't know if it's like an actual thing. It's a niche.
I'm not into that. I just thought that the zombie might have an erection walking around. It'd be funny. Like maybe that should be a game. Anyway, so I want to talk about this game though. Yeah, rigor mortis. That could be what it's called. Rigor morty. So basically, if you play solo, because you can play with other people or like on a server or whatever, but you can pick a play style. I picked builder, and then you pick challenge scenarios. And these are real challenges. Option 1 was you get out of the shower and fall. You're drunk and have a cold, plus the house is on fire. But I went with like option 2, the house in the woods scenario, being invaded by zombies. Because to me, that's like the classic quintessential, like boarded up shit. Because I grew up and I saw Night of the Living Dead when I was young. The black and white version, it scarred me for life. And boarding up the windows, boarding up the doors, that panic, that's what this sort of recreates. And you get in there and you pick your occupation, everything from burger flipper to fitness instructor. I'm a doctor. And then you pick these traits, positive and negative traits. And the way they do it, it's pretty interesting. You have to balance out the trait points. So, it might be 3 points to not need as much sleep, but then you lose 3 points because you're obese. So you have to kind of pick pros and cons. Now, obese could be bad because you're going to be slow and the zombies want to eat you. They want to eat somebody with a little flesh. Okay. So you get in there and you do what you expect to do. You start defending the house from zombies and, raiding the house, trying to find things that you can make and use, backpacks and weapons. And, it's sort of awkward and funny and it looks crappy, but it's actually kind of cool. I can see why it's popular. I think for me though, I'd probably want to play with friends and get like a whole group. Like this could be fun for like a gaming night with friends, I think, just to have like a unique time, because there's not a lot of games like this. And the thing is, it's also a bit like The Sims, because you can build up skill points by reading a book or watching TV or doing certain things like climbing fences. So the more you do these sort of activities, almost in an Elder Scrolls style, the more you get these points. And there's also a really big modding scene going on that I haven't fooled around with, but it's cheap, it's silly, and I think it could be fun with friends. So it's called Project Zomboid. I think it was like $13 or something.
Okay, because again,
when it was on sale for Survivor Fest.
I keep seeing it on the Steam Deck like every day. They're showing
the combat is laughably bad. It's old. It's 2013, right? But the build 41 is what people talk about that they did recently that kind of helped it out. But I mean, the combat is bad. It doesn't feel good. It's one of those funny comical games you'd see someone stream or, your friends would have a good time with. I think it's got a little bit of like a cult following, but it's janky. And that's sort of because it's old and also just kind of how it was made.
And I'm seeing like screenshots with like thousands of zombies on the screen.
Yeah, there's hordes of them. And they all can have babies, by the way. I disagree with Matt.
Because they have zombie cum and zombie eggs.
They have zombie jizz and they have zombie eggs and they have zombie dicks. And zombie dicks,
we could do a zombie lore episode on zombie sex if you want.
Well, okay.
Is this in the UK? Is this game in the UK or is that a different one that I'm thinking of? What's the game where, remember way back, it was in England and it was a zombie first-person shooter?
Like DayZ?
Well, this is like top-down isometric, though.
Oh, okay. I retract my comment.
Like I said, it looks a lot like the original, like the original like Grand Theft Autos and Postals and shit.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Oh, so Molly says zombie is in England. Zombie or zombie.
Oh, that one that was on the Wii?
Zombie.
Yeah.
Matt, that was the one.
That's right.
It was on the Wii. That was a light gun game, wasn't it?
Zombies.
Yeah.
So apparently it's coming this fall, and it's still in early access, even though it's from 2013. People are saying in the chat.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know. Yeah. So maybe it's a good time to get into it. But I think we're going to
gotta work
see
on it.
more about this game. Even though it's old, it's having a little bit of a second life here. Maybe it's the Steam Deck, John. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the Survival Fest that just went on, but I saw people playing. I saw people buying it. So check that out.
It's really weird with the Steam Deck because when you are on the Steam Deck and you have the Steam store, the Steam Deck version, they're constantly pushing slightly older games because they run great on it.
Yeah.
You know,
it was like when the Switch came out, you started to see these older games being pumped there again. It's a whole new audience, the handheld thing. And it's interesting. All right, so let's talk about another game that just came out yesterday. It's called Tyrant's Blessing. And it's on Steam right now. It's coming to Switch soon. The best way I've seen this game described is a Final Fantasy Tactics version of Into the Breach. And I played a little Into the Breach, but it was like all these like mechs and it was dirty and brown. And I was like, I don't know if I could get that into this. This game is actually pretty. It's pretty pixel art. It's a fantasy version of that. It's a tactical turn-based game. It does have some rogue light elements. There's a lot of choices. Each day you get to decide like what you want to do, if you want to rescue the living or gather your strength and rest, or whether you want to fight at all. I mean, it's cute, but it's a little basic with like the way the map and the grid is. It's always just kind of like a square. There aren't interesting maps that sort of branch out with different like levels, like vertical. Yeah, it's just a basic kind of Into the Breach chessboard. And you do the things you would expect. You're picking your party. There are 20 characters and 10 pets. You make a party of 4 people with 3 people and a pet. It's got a really good soundtrack. And it's only $15 right now. And I'd like the fact, like I said, there's all these characters to unlock and meet and all these different combinations, and all of the characters feel really unique. So if you like tactical turn-based gameplay, this might be one to look at. It's not perfect, but I think for the price, it's definitely one to kind of have in your arsenal if you like the old school Final Fantasy Tactics stuff, or especially if you liked Into the Breach. I mean, it's really kind of a copy of that, but that's not a bad thing. So this one is kind of cute. I think it's worth checking out, but people say it can take too long to have a day go by. So it can be like 2 hours of a playthrough. So if you want to just do like a short little session of something like this, you can't really do that. You have to kind of play out like a full kind of battle, and that can take a while. So I don't know. That's kind of the downside. Not really from what I found. I played a little bit today, and I did see that like it kind of took me an hour and 45 minutes just to kind of feel like I found a stopping point. But that might change as the game progresses. But I did see it's got mixed reviews now, I think, because of that. But the people who like it really, really like it, and I think it's definitely something for the price that's worth it. So I think people are judging it maybe a little too harshly. Well, it's coming to Steam.
I'm not being facetious. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Fire Emblem Heroes, I really liked. It's definitely a bit like that too, right? The little grid, the little pixel art. That was one of the few mobile games that I actually got into, was Fire Emblem Heroes, and that could be why I like this as well. I never played Final Fantasy Tactics. I've watched it. I've watched a few games like it. And so if you like that sort of stuff, especially Into the Breach, check out Tyrant's Blessing. I do think it's cute. And finally, really quickly, Desktopia, a desktop village simulator. I tried this because
I was going to do this.
I know.
Tell me about it.
Well, here's the thing. Nice concept, horrible in practice to me. And I do appreciate unique ideas. I've always wanted to make a video game, and so I pay attention to when these weird little unique ideas come around that sort of take off. Now, this is just a little village that sits on the bottom of your desktop, so you can do other things. That's the idea of it. But the problem is you have to have a bunch of menus opened up. The build menu, the villager needs menu, the stats menu. And all of a sudden, your
all
desktop
these panels.
is
is
filled
the
with these
game.
panels. That's the game.
Your
So all the
desktop
guy
is
did-
filled with the
he
game.
He took away the background and he made it separate windows. It's not just the thing on the bottom. It should have been just the thing on the bottom, okay? And maybe the menu
Can you
popped
click
up.
on the bottom and something happens? Or
Yeah, so you control this little dude down on the bottom, and you have a dog, and you're attacking enemies, you're picking berries, but there's really not much to do. Like it's very, very crude. It almost feels like an auto clicker, an idle game. But the problem I had was I had a fire destroy my town, and there's a big fire problem in this game. Now, there's a lot of people saying this, like, be careful of these fires, and it can just destroy
is it
everything
a very
you've
dry
done.
area?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe we're out here in Southern California. But yeah, it came out of nowhere.
Smokers smoking in bed.
Destroyed
Maybe
my
that's the
village, killed my dog, killed me. All I have is a water gun.
Your dog?
Now, listen, I was like 2 miles away fighting zombies, and my village is on fire. How the fuck am I supposed to teleport?
There's zombies in this too?
Yeah.
Do they have jizz?
I didn't look. They would have had like a little pixel jizz. I couldn't see. But I think they're
Is it Ziz?
Oh, I hope not. Ziz, Zum. Yeah, anyway, I think zombies can make babies.
Z-jizz.
Google it.
Zum shot. Yeah.
There's probably a whole scene of zombie porn.
I'm a little
Matt, that you've
disappointed to
watched.
hear
I don't
this
wanna-
game's not that good because
Well,
I was
like it's got decent reviews, John. I'm saying for me, it is not what I was promised. I was promised a little game on the bottom of my screen. Instead, you got 50 menus all over the place. I might as well have a real game.
Screen. Put this
Yeah,
on
but
the
then-
screen.
Well,
I
that's
guess
true.
so.
I do have two screens. I could have done that. But at that point,
I mean,
why
like
do
I have Realm Grinder. Oh, I have 3
Right.
monitors, so I just throw Realm Grinder on one of my monitors and
Right.
and
Oh,
go
right.
about my
I
life.
Right.
guess,
At that
but I
point,
mean-
you're just playing a game that's dedicated to a screen. So why don't you just play
Right.
another game?
At that, I
should
thought it
just
was
live-
just what's going on the bottom of the screen. I'm like, that's unique, that's interesting, but it just wasn't enough to keep me going. Now, your mileage may vary with it. It's decently reviewed, but I think it's kind of like a trick. It's kind of like a bait and switch. Like, hey, it only runs on the bottom, but you need all these menus open anyway, and you can't just kind of do other things while the game goes on because a fire could burn down your town while you're just getting up to get a snack. You know, it's kind of like, kind of that's what's happening. It's not really truly an
Taking a
idle
call or
clicker.
something.
Yeah. All right. But anyway, that is it for me. Looking forward to next week. I don't know what we want to do. I was looking at Cult of the Lamb. I was looking at some other stuff coming
Call to
up.
the Lamb.
You gonna get
I'm
that,
gonna get
Matt?
that for sure.
Okay. Well, John, if you get it, maybe we can round table it because I've had
I mean,
my eye
I played
on
the
it.
demo. It was
Yeah.
probably the most interesting of those indies I played during that.
Yeah, it
Well,
feels
show
like
the launch
Hades
music.
mixed with something else. It's interesting.
It's Binding of Isaac, Hades,
Binding of
and
Isaac,
like a
Hades.
farm sim.
Yeah. So that
Yeah,
might be
there's
one.
a whole you have there's like a whole city building aspect of it
Okay.
or whatever, a
All
base
right. Well,
building.
we'll talk about that next week. And I'm just drinking a Sunkist Zero. John, what did you do?
All right, so yeah, I've been traveling last week. I've been kind of on vacation, and so I've been doing a lot with my Switch and my Steam Deck. I just want to say this, like the Switch. You have a Switch, Matt, right?
I do.
You don't use it.
I haven't used it in a year. I don't think.
What? Really?
My kids do. Yeah. There's been nothing. I mean, Metroid Dread maybe, but
Okay. Well, I still like it. I still like the Switch. I do. Even with the Steam Deck, I still like it. There's
I
just,
totally get it.
But listen, I love the N64 era of shit, and I keep going into the little N64 library that's in there. And so, like, on vacation, I was playing Banjo-Kazooie, which is one of my favorite games of all fucking time. So I restarted that game, and oh my God, I couldn't believe how fucking shitty the camera is. Like,
wait, the second one or the first one?
First,
Like
the
Banjo
first.
Oh, yeah, that sucked. You can control
shit,
it, right?
That shit did not age well. Like, and it was weird to me because I never felt that way when I played it originally on the N64. Like,
Because we were kids.
I wasn't a kid, so
Well, okay, so you were like 30, but like
Yeah.
for me, like you didn't know any better. You couldn't control cameras back then. You just dealt with shitty
you
cameras.
can control it, but it's just always in the wrong fucking spot.
You can
So-
control it? I always
Yeah.
thought it was like fixed like to a tiny like area that you can kind
Yeah,
of
the yellow buttons on the right, you could rotate the camera remotely
Oh,
a
fair.
little
That's
bit,
right. Yeah.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
But it wasn't like intuitive like the twin stick stuff we have now. But I don't know. I just wanted to mention that because I actually really had fun playing it. I did the first couple levels, but the camera was driving me fucking insane. So anyway, all right, so I'm on the beach, and I had my Steam Deck, and I decided I wanted to try this Turbo Golf Racing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Also on Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass, and you know what? I didn't care because I wanted it on my Steam Deck, and it was only $16, and it was Steam Deck. I think it was Steam Deck verified. I don't know. So I played it on my Steam Deck. Now you have to really have an internet connection to play this. There is some offline solo stuff that you can do, like these little challenges that are fun. But I mean, the gist of this game, if you're not aware, I mean, this is a Rocket League ripoff completely in every way. But instead of playing like a soccer style game, you're playing golf, right? But what I like about this game over Rocket League, and I did actually install Rocket League 2 just to freshen my mind, and so I could compare them side by side. And it's just amazing how much stuff they took from Rocket League, like from the car styles, the arena styles, the way the cars are customized. It's literally the same fucking presentation. Like it really is. But the good news is it's done really fucking well. This game plays fucking great. And what I like about this game, though, over Rocket League, like Rocket League actually frustrates me because everyone's fighting for the same ball. In this game, everyone has their own ball, and it's a race to get your ball to the hole at the end of the course.
Can you fuck with other people's
can-
balls? Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I want to ask.
No, the
Yeah.
other players' ball, you can fuck with their cars. There's
Okay.
like power ups on the map, like rocket, like Mario Kart type shit, like rockets and stuff. So you can like fuck with the other cars and
Okay.
kind of cock block them on the way to their ball. But
How
at
do
the
you
end of the day,
block a cock from its ball?
I don't know.
Well, I'll send you some links, Michelle.
Zombies can have babies.
Yeah, zombies
Sorry, go
can
ahead.
have babies.
Zombies
Yeah.
can have babies. All right, go ahead.
So
Zombies cannot have babies.
Yes,
I
they
actually
can.
I like this game. I really do.
Really?
And yeah, I do like it. It's fun, and it's a perfect Steam Deck game if you've got decent internet. Like I actually had a lot of rubber banding issues on fucking hotel Wi-Fi and stuff, and but when I came home and played it, it was fucking great. The online stuff. And
how many courses are there? Is it?
I have no idea. A handful, not a ton. I don't think. And but again, what I like about it is that you are just kind of like competing against everybody to get the ball into the hole. And the maps are very creative. There's lots of shortcuts and ramps and lunacy, and it doesn't look like a traditional golf course. It looks like an obstacle course for cars, and you can ride on the walls just like in Rocket League. So this is pretty cool. I'm surprised, Matt, you didn't try it.
On it at the
What's
same
that?
time? Like how many people are you competing against at the same time?
It's something like, oh god, I don't, maybe like 10 or something or 5.
I don't. That sounds like chaos.
I didn't pay attention to that, but no, there's more than that. I'm picturing the leaderboard at the end of the game. Yeah, there's probably something around 10 or so, 10 or 12. It's like that.
Gotcha.
And there's a lot of do not finishes because it can be real fucking hard to get the ball to the end of the course. Like the one thing I kept finding, if I overshoot the ball and I have to backtrack to it and get in the right spot to push it towards the hole, it's a little frustrating. But it's all part of the game, trying to get good at driving the car and all that. So I don't know. I actually totally dug it. And then another game that I tried, and I was just looking for something to play. I got my Steam Deck, and I went in Steam and I looked at the 3D platformer category, and they had this game Frog Gun.
I saw that.
Which was also being pushed, I think, during one of those showcases or something. It came out like a week ago, and it was like $15. And what it is that it's the style of this is like N64 era graphics, PS1 era graphics, Dreamcast, very 3D pixelated art. The presentation's pretty good. I get what they're trying to emulate, but it is a platformer. You are this girl whose parents were an archaeologist and a scientist or something. Your parents have gone missing in like some Indiana Jones escapade in some exotic place. And so you're bored waiting for them to come back, and you decide to go find them, and you have a frog gun.
Okay.
Okay. Can you shoot different frogs? Is there toads?
No, the gun does not shoot frogs.
Okay.
The gun is a frog.
Oh, so it shoots flies or a tongue.
The tongue. So the tongue is like your grappling hook.
That's kind of neat.
That you
that.
You use to grab enemies and throw the enemies at another enemy. You can use it to, get across a gap or something by shooting it at the wall, and it pulls you across. The levels are like very like a square base, like a bunch of tiles. It's not like a terrain, and so it kind of has almost like an isometric 3D kind of style, but it's not, because it's all these tiles that you're jumping from.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a little challenging, and I didn't really totally love it. I would say it's like it's a little meh.
Okay.
Little meh.
Yeah.
Meh. So you're just jumping in like up, down, left, right, except I guess in the isometric, so it's like diagonal back, diagonal.
No, it's not like a true isometric, but the style of the level is like that isometric grid kind of a thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like it's just a bunch of like square tiles assembled together to make a
like
level.
Hubert?
Yeah, no, not cubes, square tiles.
Okay. All right.
Is it like Qubit, the cube puzzle game?
I don't know that game.
Okay. Can you upgrade your frog gun? Can you shoot flies?
I haven't done any of that. There's a lot of exploration. There's a lot of hidden things. There's a lot of different routes. There's a lot of insta death areas. Like if you touch water, you die instantly.
But you're a frog. It's a frog gun. It should
no, the gun maybe doesn't die, but the girl does.
I feel like the frog should be able to supply you with oxygen or something. I just feel like this game is rich with depth that you can explore.
Possibly. I mean, honestly, I didn't give it a whole lot of time because I wasn't really feeling it.
Like you could lick the frog gun and hallucinate.
No,
and
don't
get
do
powers
that. You're
going to
get like
right?
a salmonella or something. I had a friend
let me
growing up who had a turtle and he got salmonella.
Yeah.
From licking a frog. I thought they got like warts or something from doing it.
No.
There's like frogs, if you lick them, it's just like getting a nice old...
I thought they turned into a prince.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some of them. That's a very rare
Okay.
breed, Michelle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, O'Malley
That would be a
says
good
it's not
power-up.
open movement platform where you're not moving across tiles. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of saying. Like, I'm trying to explain, like, visually, it's a free 3D game, but it has all these tiles. They made the level with tiles.
Now, Cranky says
So-
if Matt brought this game up, John would be ripping the fuck out of it.
All right, the next game, listen up, pay attention. I'm about to tell you about
Call of Duty.
your next game.
All right.
All right.
Your next addiction is Bone Razor Minions.
More zombies.
I like Bone Riser instead.
Boner Riser.
Boner
Riser Minions.
Razor Minions.
No, it's
And
called
this
Boner
game-
Riser Minions.
Yeah.
Boner raising minions.
Now
Yeah.
this game is currently $1.59 on Steam.
Wow, what a
Man,
steal.
you're just packing the hits tonight, John.
Came
I
out
mean,
Tell me what this
4
is called
days
again.
ago.
Boner Riser?
Boner Razor and Minions.
Bone Eraser?
One word, Bone Riser
Boner
Minions.
Eraser.
All right.
Bone
Bone Razor.
Razor RAISER.
This is more proof that zombies can have babies. It says it right there.
This is a vampire
Boner-
hunter thing. Ugh.
It's like a Vampire
Shut up.
Survivors or 20 Minutes Till Dawn,
Yeah.
right? Because I saw this.
Now listen to me, okay? There is clearly a new genre
There
of
is.
games, the survivor genre, and this game is a survivor genre game. They're calling
Okay.
it a gothic horror auto battle roguelite. And what it
Okay.
is you have your little character on the screen, okay?
Okay.
It's like a madness.
And
All right.
it takes place in a much smaller arena, Michelle, than a Vampire Survivor. Like Vampire
Okay.
Survivor just like scrolls endlessly.
Yeah.
This does not. You are in an arena, like a graveyard that has boundaries, okay? But it's big enough to have the Vampire Survivor play, right?
Okay.
The difference between this game and Vampire Survivor is that you don't actually fire anything. You just run around. You're collecting bones and you're rising these
Okay.
minions out of
The
the
minions.
cemetery to assist you, okay?
Okay.
yeah,
yes.
those yellow guys. In the,
Yeah, so
in the
you'll
Rising
have a
Fruit.
bunch of guys following you around doing all of your combat,
I may
right?
have to buy this.
Yeah, I think you do. And there's a whole bunch of different kind of minions. Some are casters, some are
Yeah.
witches and warlocks, and there's grunts and sword
So what the
people.
only thing I'm doing
whatever.
is seeing how fast I can collect bones. Like, what is my goal? How do I be better?
Your goal is to survive, and there's a leaderboard that's score based.
I know that, but how the fuck do I survive? I collect bones and move? Am I doing like what do I do?
Like minions, Michelle. The
You
man
kit.
explained it.
The minions follow you around, and you avoid the enemies. So
Okay,
you
so
don't
I'm
personally
kiting,
get.
I'm bobbing and
Yes.
weaving. Okay.
Yes,
but
and then
it
your
looks
your
like you
mi-
cast spells.
the
This
minions
guy's
do.
clearly
The
casting
The
minions
minions
do.
are doing it. You're just raising the boners. The
Yes.
minions are doing it. Yes.
And-
Okay.
You're
Okay,
raising
and-
boners and the minions cast
And then, so treasure chests appear on the board. I like what they did with it. You have to unlock the treasure chest, which is
Okay.
a dangerous thing.
Whoa.
Wow.
Innovation.
Whew.
Well,
is
like on
risky.
Vampire Survivors, you just touch it and it opens. This, you have to sit there and a timer goes up 0 to 100%, and then it unlocks. And you're in danger
That's
when that's
Hades.
happening, Michelle. That's innovation right there.
It's great.
Okay?
They really
Hades,
took this
Hades,
to the next level. This guy.
So you're getting all kinds of scrolls and buffs and all that stuff that drop on the playfield. Like every 100 bones, you get to select a new minion. You can evo them. You can combine them to make super ones, just like Vampire Survivors. And then you have all these talent trees that you're dealing with in between games. And each character type, like right now, I'm a wretched something person.
Yeah, you are.
And I have that person has its own talent tree, and then I filled that up now, and I'm working on the next character. And so you have all these different characters, and each one has its own talent tree. There is a card game that's in here. As you're playing the game, you're unlocking cards,
I
and
like that.
and then you could play a side game that doesn't really seem to have much of a purpose, but you
Like
you,
Gwent.
yeah, something like that. So basically, there's a grid. The opponent puts a card down, and the card can attack and is directionally. And so you want to then place your card next to him so he can't attack you the direction he can attack, and you can attack him. And the last one with cards remaining wins. So that's like thrown in there as a little bonus thing.
How does this look
you're-
though? Is it really like garbage on the eyes, or is it detailed enough where it's playable? Because it's like 2-bit or something. It doesn't even
No,
look
it's more
8-bit.
like NES era
Okay.
kind of 8-bit.
$2
yeah.
though.
Yeah, I may have to
than
try
Boner
this.
Chaser.
I don't know.
I've played this game for at least 3 hours.
Yeah.
So listen, I've got my money worth out of this shit, and
Yeah.
I've been playing it mostly on the Steam Deck, and I played it on my PC tonight before the show. So I'll tell you this, Michelle, on the Steam Deck, perfectly fine. On my ultra wide 1440p at full screen,
Yeah.
which I don't do with Vampire Survivors. I don't do full screen. I do Windows. So you're gonna want to make the window small so that it's not so chunky. You know.
Okay.
Do you like when you play Vampire Survivors? Do you
Yeah.
do full screen?
No, I do a smaller window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to do that because, but the graphics are great.
But your
your
window
play style,
size
so
is
it
very
looks good.
important. Your window size is really important on a PC. You got to have
you-
it
are you
right.
joking?
Make a lot
No, I'm
of
being
adjustments
serious,
for
especially
this game
with
to look
my
good for
ultra
you.
wide. You got to make sure you got a nice window size.
Yeah, when I'm playing like Realm Grinders or a game like this or Vampire Survivors, I never do full
Aren't you guys
screen.
glad you waited for that new graphics card
Oh, you just wait. Just wait and see.
so you can play Boner Chaser?
Boner
This game's
chaser.
fucking. I'm telling you, this game's fucking good.
Okay, I'll try it.
And there are bosses and all that shit too.
Yeah, I'll have to try it and talk about it.
So wait,
next
is it
week.
like that game Minions? Remember back in the day? Not sorry, shit. Overlord. Remember that game Overlord?
Yeah, I don't think
where you
it's like
collected
that.
like little imps. I love that game.
No, this is like Vampire Survivors.
Okay.
It's a take on that Vampire Survivor kind of game.
Yeah, and 20 Minutes Till Dawn was as well, and I like that one too.
Yeah.
It's kind of a whole
But-
thing now.
People seem to really like it on Steam too. It has really good reviews. They're saying I've read reviews that people say this is the best of all those games.
Really?
Oh wow,
Yeah,
well,
it's a bold claim.
it is
Yes,
a
I'm gonna
bold
have to check
claim.
this
I don't
out.
know.
I don't know. There's a lot of
Well,
zombies
you-
going on
reviews like-
tonight.
You play it, and then there's other modes too. There's
Shut up,
like
eating tonight.
there's more stuff
Yeah.
going on in the menus than in Vampire Survivors. Like there's just more things to attend to after between games.
Okay.
Very positive reviews. Wow.
I think
yeah, it's
this
good.
is it. This is the next thing.
For
We have to make a game like
$1.59.
this.
I
Yeah.
know.
We got to make a game like this.
I love it. And
it could
Let's
just
make
be
a
you
video
two fighting
community
up
game.
clones of me.
Yeah, just Matt's
Yeah.
head.
oh,
Matt's
and
it.
you
Hey,
can
guys.
unlock
Hey, guys.
a dash ability for your character, which is a game changer.
Oh, okay.
Because you can dash your way away from the enemies.
This
Oh, and
guy
the
is
other
really
thing,
innovating. You can open a chest and there's a timer on it.
hang on. And the other thing too is you can decorate the arena with a purpose though. So like the arena has all these
Are we still
these
talking
graves.
about Bonerizer?
Yeah. So the Michelle, listen, the arena has all these tombstones, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can change the tombstones into other tombstones that do something, right? So one of the tombstones you could turn it into there's this architectural mode you could do before the game, and you can go in there and say, I want this tombstone to be an exploding pumpkin. This tombstone is going to have a trap in it. This tombstone is going to emit fire. And then during the game, you use those as a defense mechanism. So if you're being followed by a shit ton of guys,
Right.
you go to the one with the pumpkin, which explodes
All right.
after like 2
We're
seconds.
getting a little too into this right now. I think
Yeah,
we
yeah.
need to just pull back the
And
lingo
then-
a little bit.
Or you could pull
Let me
them to the
play
one
this
with
first.
the trap.
Right. I want to hear about
Or
kiting them to the pumpkin yet. That's stage 2. Let me start at stage 1. That's an advanced move. We're not kiting to the pumpkin yet. Let me try
Well,
this.
I mean,
Well,
the architectural mode
Okay.
before the game is an important mode that you're going to want to look at.
I mean, I'm overwhelmed right now, so I'll have to figure
Initially,
this out. That sounds cool.
I did feel like there was a lot going on, and little by
Yeah.
little, it starts making complete sense what
Okay.
he's doing. Yeah, I totally dig this game. So this is my pick of the week.
Wow. Is that something new on the show?
Pick of the week.
Okay.
Yeah, this is my pick
All
of the
right.
week.
Wow.
Good. I mean, that's the first pick of the
Hey,
week ever, so
you
that's
know?
a pretty good.
Right.
Michelle, what was your pick of the week? I didn't hear it. You must have forgot. What?
My pick of the week, it's probably Tyrant's Blessing. Yeah.
That's your pick of the week.
It's my pick of the week, guys. You heard it here first.
Cool.
Wow.
Matt, what's your pick of the week?
Actually, what's happening
tuned.
here is an important new segment of VGO because
No,
we
I
all
don't
do a
think it
10
is.
seconds. We usually talk about 3
Right.
games, but we don't know which one's the best of the 3.
Right. It's probably the one we say we liked when we shit on the others. That's usually a good bet.
Yeah, it's probably the one that we're most
But
positive.
Yeah.
now it's the certified pick of the week.
Right.
And maybe
Okay.
maybe the pick of the week
Okay.
has its own like blog or something, or
We need a
Right.
stinger.
Oh, that's right. We have one of our admins in Discord collect our picks of the week, please. We want
Yes.
this formatted. No.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, yeah. Jobber says
All
we
right.
need a pick of the week, a John song, or it's not official.
All right, so yes, this is my pick of the week, and I am drinking a truly extra hard seltzer pineapple orange punch.
Sounds good.
And there you go. All right, Matt.
John, what's up?
Yeah, what'd you play?
You weren't here last week.
Well, neither were you guys. I mean, you guys.
We
did
were
an
too.
we
online
did a show.
episode.
We just weren't live.
We did yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't get the invite to that show. I mean, I wasn't here Tuesday. But
Well, we did it
I
on
could record
Tuesday.
it.
Yeah, we did it on Tuesday. We just didn't do it live.
Okay. Well, I couldn't have made it.
We did
anyway,
it
so-
early
Yeah.
Tuesday. So, so what I'm getting at here is I'm expecting a lot from you
A
tonight.
chunky gaming week. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm expecting.
I've been out.
So we usually kind of do 3 games. I'd like you to
busy.
do. I want you to do 4.
Yeah. Okay.
And it has to have a zombie in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And jizz. You have to
Jizz,
work
yeah.
zombie
Okay.
and jizz into the review.
That's easy. You
Zombies
could
and
work that into
jizz.
anything.
I can
Yeah.
work it in. So
Okay.
there's a franchise that's kind of like a zombie. It keeps coming back from the dead, and I keep seeing new games come out for it.
Okay.
And it's called. It showed up for free on the PlayStation Premium or PlayStation Plus, so I picked it up. It's Yakuza, Like a Dragon.
Yeah.
I've talked about these games in the past. I think I played one of a
Now,
billion.
is it Yakuza or Yakuza? Somebody help us out here.
Yeah,
One of our
please, I'm
weebs,
probably
let us
just
know.
I'm gonna get killed. It's Yakuza.
I've never really played
Yeah.
one of these games that much.
They're
I
a different
played-
beast.
I don't even know which one I played. I played one of them recently on the Xbox. I think
Okay.
maybe it was a demo. Well, I don't know what the fuck or something.
It's really hard to tell which one you played because I played this new one, but I
Yeah.
also played one from 2 games ago, and I it looks the same to me. But I mean it's one of these games. The whole thing is like it's such a weird, quirky game. Like at 1 minute you're chasing down punks, the next minute you're doing karaoke, the next minute you're doing like an RPG style fight. Like it's just so many different
Yakuza.
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 I don't think that's the way you pronounce it. I've been watching Tokyo Vice. That's not the way you pronounce it.
Yakuza.
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 Anyway.
All right. So,
Yakuza.
what else did you play, Matt?
So no, I'm not done, Michelle. I'm not done with
Oh,
Yakuza Like a
Sorry,
Dragon.
I
wanna get
didn't
into
hear
this
anything
because-
about zombie jizz.
Well, I want to talk about it because I really want to like this game. It's got a cool open world. It feels
Which one is it again?
alive.
Like a Dragon.
Like a Dragon. That's the one that came out on PlayStation. Feels like this. Like the world is super detailed. There's so much things to do. But you really have to mesh with this humor because there are long, like 10-minute long cutscenes with just a lot of kind of corny jokes and a lot of kind of overacting as well. And you can't skip through them because it sets up what you're supposed to be doing. But I have a hard time liking the style of the Yakuza games. I like goofy stuff, but this one seems a little just not my flavor. And
All right, I think
wish I could.
played. I think I played this demo. I don't really fucking know, but the one I played,
hard to tell.
the world did not feel really big. Like it was kind of sectioned off in these little
Yeah.
chunks. Is
it's
it
like,
like
a small cityscape. It didn't. The world map. I haven't played too much, but the world map seemed very small. I don't know if it expands down the road. Someone can tell me that. But
okay?
I mean, people swear by these games. They say they're they're some of the best games. They're so fun. They're so funny. They're so creative. I just don't get it, and I feel like I'm out of the culture. So
It's all
I
right.
don't know.
Not every game is for every person, Matt.
Thanks, Michelle. I appreciate
all right.
that. I also
Hey.
played Two Point Campus. I haven't played the
Oh,
2
you
Point
did?
Hospital in the past. So
Okay.
yeah, on Game Pass. So I don't know if it compares. So from a Virgin Eyes, it was kind of interesting, but like you, Michelle, I quickly got bored. It was
Yeah.
okay, put in a science lab. That's fun, but all you can really do is put in these props, and then it's kind of neat seeing the people interact with them for the first time.
Yeah, I had a
But then,
professor
you know-
just peeing in the science lab because the bathroom was too far away. So they do
Well,
weird
that's
things, you know.
Wrong. You shouldn't expose
Yeah.
yourself
Really?
to
So
students.
it is
I didn't
that,
see
like,
anything.
much
I
like
just saw
Sims?
the tinkle. He had his hands. I didn't see the actual stream. He was just like hands over his crotch doing the little squat move, you know. And I'm like, there's a fucking bathroom over there. I had to pick him up and drop him in the toilet.
Oh, I didn't know you could pick them up and
Yeah,
drop 'em
you
and
can
stuff.
drag him around.
I
Dude.
guess there's gonna be a torture element to
You
this.
put
I
him
should
in the
try it.
toilet, you said?
Yeah, I dropped him right in the hole. I said,
Whoa,
come
do
on
you see
now.
like a little splash? Is it that level
No.
of activity? That'd be kind of
No,
cool.
but I did drag him there. I guess what happened is I had to put a bathroom closer. So if there's not a bathroom within a certain amount of distance to where they need to pee, they just start complaining.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, dude, walk over there.
I mean, I guess if you like doll houses or something like this is a game because you
Yeah.
can decorate each of these little areas with so many different posters and little
Yeah.
Akimo. It's
Well, it's
just,
Sims.
But it's so
basically, right?
vanilla. It was not. I love decorating in games, and I
does.
could not get into this.
it does feel no. Maybe it unlocks because, like Michelle,
Mm-hmm.
I saw the opening thing. There was wizards casting magic. I'm like, oh shit,
Right.
yeah, I'm going to make a Hogwarts. That's what I'm going to do
Right.
with this game. But
See, it
you
always
know,
goes back to Hogwarts. I told you.
Well,
you got a
you-
school. Why would you not make a Hogwarts? Why would you make a
right.
vanilla?
I think that's down the
just,
line.
like,
You got to go
Midwestern
through and do the
university?
basic bitch university first, and then you get to unlock
Yeah.
the cool stuff. Probably.
And it's another goofy game too, and I appreciate the fact that while you're playing, you're listening to the town radio. So there's
Yeah.
some funny commercials going on
Yeah.
and some talk shows going on. That's a neat touch. I do enjoy how you can zoom right on in and just watch
Mm-hmm.
the students go about their day. There are some funny things that happen, but I guess I have to play more of it to really just be able to actually just play it. Because right now I'm just going through these dumb, kind of boring routines
Yeah.
like. Make students be friends or put in a washroom.
All right, so I've
put in a-
always wondered why these games, like 2 Point Hospital, I'm like, why is it called that? I've always wondered that. That's like that's the studio.
Is that
Well,
the studio?
Sega does this one too. The developer.
Oh, really?
Sega?
No.
2 Point Hospital is made by 2 Point Studios.
Okay.
Right.
And so there you go. That explains why
Yeah,
it's
that's
called
a bad
2
name.
Point.
That's stupid.
Isn't it?
You're not even a
Rolls off the
recognizable
tongue, though.
studio. Yeah. That doesn't, I don't
Point
know.
Hospital, 2 Point.
I guess. Yeah.
I get it. I get the appeal of these games. Just sit down and just build your own school. So
Yeah.
maybe the problem is I'm just still in tutorial mode and I haven't been given free reign yet. I don't know.
I do like these sorts
And
of
you
games.
played
Can't
this
knock 'em.
on
PlayStation. Oh, I'm sorry. PC because it's free. on
now
PC.
a listener I know asked Matt, where's this Xbox you're supposed to be getting?
Well, it's I got Game Pass, so why would I get an Xbox, man? Why do I need a console? I can play anything I
got a
want
PC.
on my PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can grab a controller
It's
if you
not
want.
a
So you
console,
can
right? It's like
go to a TV.
it's the question you always ask. What is an Xbox? Well, I got
I know.
one. It's
Well, I
on
mean,
my
this is
PC.
Phil's plan. Phil's knows this. He's okay with it.
Phil knows
what
Phil
you're
knows.
doing.
Look, my graphic card from 8 years ago is still handling Xbox games beautifully. So I
Yeah.
don't need an Xbox right now. Maybe when Starfield comes out, I might consider it, but who knows when that game's coming out.
You might consider getting a Series X instead of playing it on PC, or getting a better
I
video
might.
card.
Which one's the better one? I keep forgetting. Which is Series X the better one? 'Cause
Yes.
There's two models, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Series X is the better one.
Okay. And they're probably used now for like a couple $100. You can probably find one.
I don't like this
Maybe.
mic.
What? You just liked it a minute ago.
You don't like this voice?
I don't know the mic. I don't know. I
There's
don't.
some. It needs
it's
to be
different.
tweaked a little. It's just different too.
I get it. It's different. It's different. I'm getting used to it. We're all getting used to
I
it.
feel like you're like a guest host or something with a new voice.
Right. He doesn't like that your voice is too commanding with the more bass.
It's
he
not
wants
commanding.
You to be like, it's not, I didn't say it was. I said more commanding. You want him to be a
It's
whiny
too-
little beta male.
No,
You-
it's too
Yeah.
intimate. It's too
Oh, it's too
like,
much.
personal. Like I
Okay.
feel like
It's like I'm right next to you, buddy.
Oh my God. He's
I'm
like in your
sitting right
ear.
next to you.
yeah.
Hi.
It's almost. Oh yeah. I don't want that really.
Too
right
much.
now.
It's icky. Okay.
Crafty says I'm clueless. Couple hundred for Series X. I don't know. I saw them used for like $250 the other day.
Well, why didn't you buy that? Why do you want it?
I don't need it.
what do you
What do I do
use
with it? I
them?
don't.
I don't know. On eBay, they're $500
First of
all
all,
day long.
I don't think he needs an Xbox. He has a PC and he can grab a controller and plug his PC into a TV if he wants. I get it. Why does he need it?
Well, as far as Xbox exclusives go, you
John, how much do you
really-
use your Xbox?
I use it every day for Netflix.
Okay, you're stupid. You have an old
now I'm
LG
Xbox.
OLED, but Netflix in the app.
I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't play games on my Xbox at all anymore. It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally over. It really
Phil
is.
killed it. Yeah.
So
Phil-
sell it to me.
There you go.
But I do like it as a media center.
Why?
Yeah, but if it's just Xbox, anything can be an Xbox machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I'll go on Game Pass and I'll install it on the Xbox and then I'll play it on the PC. It's like I go through the emotions of installing it, but I always end up playing it on the PC or Steam Deck or something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, Starfield, the new Skyrim, whenever that comes out, or Elder Scrolls, whenever that
I'll
comes
see in
out.
10
I mean,
years.
that might be,
Yeah.
maybe I'll get a bundle or something.
Mm-hmm.
Last game I played, I'm sorry, I only played 3 games this week.
That's okay. Is it your pick of the week?
This is my pick of the week, and it remains because I talked about it 2 weeks ago, and I'm sorry.
Wait,
but
how
I
many
bought
games
DLC
are we on?
for it. This is my third game,
Okay, we have one more. Okay, go.
somewhat recent. No, I'm good with 3.
No, we're
It's
doing
dead-
4.
You can
We
do
get 4
three.
out
Well,
of you.
this is DLC, so DLC technically counts as a new
Yeah,
game,
it's
right?
4th game. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I played Dead Cells, and I played all the DLC. I bought the DLC for this thing because I am hooked. I'm hooked on Dead Cells.
What do you mean you played all the DLC?
See, it's more zombie stuff. Dead cells in the body.
Yeah, that's right.
Good job, Matt.
Oh,
Yeah.
should have been a zombie episode. Thank you.
It is. It is now.
Um,
It's a zombie episode.
There's like 3 DLC packs that add about 7 new levels, a bunch of new weapons. And this game still, because they just released a new update like last week. Like they're still supporting this game. Now you can like
it's a paid DLC though, right?
yeah, like $14, but it's substantial DLC. Like it's whole new worlds, whole new linkages.
And
Because the whole game.
is it a separate game or do you have to have certain progress in the original?
No, they do an amazing job. So if you remember Dead Cells, like you can progress many different ways. You can go from the sewers to like the crypt, or you can go from the sewers to this village. There's totally a bunch of different ways to get to the end. This adds just new exits and entrances throughout the whole game. So you can dip into the DLC, you can dip back out, you can try for an extra boss, or you can just skip it. You're on that run. So it just adds a whole new options for you while you're going through new levels. You can
And do you get this stuff immediately? Because I'm actually considering I'm considering it. I love this game.
Right off the top.
I was so addicted to it when I got it on the Switch. I haven't played it in probably a year or two.
It's ultimate deck mode game, man. It's perfect. I mean, you can play each level in 5 minutes. It saves in between levels. There's no commitment. Every
Michelle,
run
you never
feels
tried
different.
this?
I don't think this is for me.
No.
I think it might be actually because you love in Vampire Survivors just the depth of the builds or like getting new weapons and synergies. That's what Dead Cell is. Like you have hundreds of different items and weapons that you can
But aren't you
try different
platforming
combinations.
or something? Or
Oh,
your
yeah.
sides?
It's an action platforming.
I don't really like platformers.
Rogue.
Last platformer I liked was Aladdin on my Genesis. I think I'm good.
It's not hardcore platforming. Like it's not live or die platforming. But
No, it's not, and it's not like Rogue Legacy platforming either.
Yeah.
Where there's like traps and you know saw blades and spikes and shit.
There's a couple small sections like that. But yeah, no, this is like, it's platforming.
I don't
in the
remember
sense
that being a big part of the game though. Like
they might have added it because I think they've added so many new things. Like when you were playing, was there a bank level?
that does not sound familiar. No.
So they've added a whole new bank level with security systems and stuff. They just keep on building on it. And it's a twitchy game, and I love it. It's like I like Binding of Isaac. I just feel like each game is different. I can just pop in, pop out. It is fun.
All right, might be something to look at. If we ever do an episode of like popular games we've missed, you know, that would definitely be one for me because I've always heard a lot about it.
That's not a bad idea. Oh, Miss Gems. Coke Zero, and I'm drinking Coke Zero.
Wait,
Sounds
was that
good.
4 games?
Yeah, you missed it.
Dead Cells and then the DLC is another game.
Yeah. There was 3 DLCs, so I think I did like 7 games. Pick of the week is Dead Cells.
All right.
wanna write
Well,
that
we have another voicemail. We've got some gaming news. So you ready to move on, John? Anything else you want to talk about? Okay.
No, let's play a voicemail. 520 feel VGO. Tiger.
Hey, John and Michelle.
Hi.
Matt, too, I guess. I see that in 10 episodes you're going to be at 777. I might suggest a casino-themed episode or
right.
games of chance, gambling, poker,
I was
something
thinking
like that.
Jesus
Just
games.
a suggestion.
right.
love the show.
777
Keep up
for
the great
Jesus?
work.
Yeah. 666 is the sign of the devil.
We did the devil episode.
777.
I think Jesus games might be limiting, and we also might piss off some of our
You don't
Bible
know that.
games might be great.
in Alabama.
I know.
Bible
that
games
sounds-
could be
Religious
good.
games?
Well, how about it's gambling or the Bible? We can pick anything with the number 7. The number 777.
I'm
our choice.
searching the word Bible on Steam right now.
I wanted to play that Pope Simulator game. Yeah, I think anything with 777. We bring whatever we want to the table. We'll definitely do a theme.
Okay.
Could be Jesus. It could be a little poker. We'll see what happens.
There was like that 80s band,
Jesus
Striper. Do you remember that
Striper?
No.
Do you remember that band? No.
No.
Was that a strip poker game in the 80s?
No, Striper was like a Rat or Twisted Sister type band.
Okay.
But they were Christian. And I think that they had an album called 777.
Are you going to do a Christian rock song at the end?
I feel like...
Oh, my God. John, please do a Christian rock song for that episode.
You got to talk about feeling his power. Yeah.
Yeah, so here's their shirt. Like, look at their shirt. I think that's where I relate 777 to that. Because, like, look at the shirt. The front is "To Hell with the Devil," and the back is 777.
Oh, my God. The back looks like the More You Know font or something.
To hell with the devil. Whoa.
To hell with the devil. That's bold.
That's controversial.
Yeah. Huh.
I know Motley Crue's shouting at the devil.
There's
right?
a lot of devilage in the 80s. There was a lot of...
Who's
yeah.
running with the devil? Running with the devil.
Van Halen.
That's right.
He's kind of fallen out of favor in this era. There's
Who's
not
that?
as many...
The devil?
There's not a lot of like devil songs, you know what I'm saying? Compared to the 80s.
You could argue he's taken over.
There's not a lot of kids drawing pentagrams on their Trapper Keepers these days.
I was in junior high. I was all about that shit because of fucking Motley Crue, and that was like you feel like I feel like I was getting away with something.
I had a My Little Pony Trapper Keepers. I wasn't doodling that. All right, so let's talk about this. Okay, so we've been covering Tencent for a while here on the show, and the threat of China. Now, Tencent is reportedly looking to raise a stake in Ubisoft, acquiring a larger piece of the chunk, and they want to pay a significant price for it, which would maybe give them controlling power. John, you've been saying Ubisoft should sell maybe to Microsoft. What if Tencent comes along?
Ooh.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't really understand. I think Tencent already owns a bunch of shit that we're involved with, like game-wise.
But they don't have
and
like
we
the
don't even
majority
realize
stake in it.
But do you feel like they're in your face in the U.S. as a brand? I don't. Right?
They're there, though. They're in everything.
They're secretly making money.
Yeah, they're behind everything.
But they want to become the publisher's largest shareholder, which would give them the most control. So that would be different. They already have a 5% stake. But they want more. They want 55% or something.
I don't know. I think we're in a weird place where all these companies are just getting bought or want to be bought. Like they're all like posing for it. It's like, so I
there
don't.
seems to be a weird amalgamation thing happening where we're gonna have like two companies that own video games.
Right.
Yeah.
Tencent and Microsoft. Or
It does seem that way.
Well, Sony is trying. We talked about that last week, Matt. Sony is trying to say that it's a monopoly, and Xbox came out and said, "Oh no, Activision Blizzard doesn't have any must-play games." And Sony said, "You guys have Call of Duty. We can't compete with that. We can't make a shooter to compete with that." But Call of Duty isn't going to be exclusive, so I don't know.
Not initially, but listen.
Never.
Microsoft will be stupid not to do something exclusive though for Game Pass or whatever. Don't you think?
Right.
Sure.
They're going to do something.
Some characters or something, but you can't split up the player base with maps.
That was Sony's argument? It's too popular a game? That's kind of a dumb argument.
They said that they can't compete with that. It's like a shooter that's on its own. And Microsoft came out and said, no, Activision Blizzard doesn't have anything that's must play. So, yeah. And what's going on again with Netflix? I've been seeing all these articles again this week. Netflix wants to get into gaming. They're going to be a serious player.
Well, they are in gaming.
They're investing
already.
in new titles and game studios right now. What is what are they doing?
So if you go on the Netflix app on your phone, there is a game section, and they've got a lot of fucking games. And I never think
in Canada as well.
I never think to do it. I never think to look. I did look like last week. I'm looking right now.
Stranger Things.
There's a lot of stuff, though.
Game, by the way.
I actually Card Blast. I installed.
Says less than 1% of players are partaking in the games, though.
I believe it because
users, rather.
they're not doing a good job promoting it.
No.
Because why don't they at least show it on your TV and say, hey, install the Netflix app on your phone, and we've got all these games that you don't even know are here.
Well, Into the Breach is on
Have
it.
a scrolling thing. Here's the games that are coming out. Here's all the games you're missing on your phone.
Well, I don't think they know how to tackle it. because of the mobile
listen,
thing.
I think Phil.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh, games. Here it is.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't even know these existed.
Yeah, I haven't seen it because I don't.
It looks like
pull
there's
up my
about
mobile app.
It looks like there's about 25 games.
Nittins. It's a kitten puzzle game. Dragon Up.
Yeah, Matt,
like
if you
I
like
played
mobile
3.
games, which you do, you'd probably like a lot of these.
Yeah, you get all the Stranger Things. I did install Card Blast, which is a stupid solitaire type game that actually plays great on my double screen phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'm just like waiting 10 minutes to get my car or whatever, shit like that.
It's got Into the Breach. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got some decent, like Moonlighter as well as a good game. Into the Breach.
But is that it's not exclusive to them though, right?
No.
I don't think it can. I don't Moonlighters on everything.
I don't see Into the Breach.
It's on the list in the article. So.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's in my app.
Into the Dead,
the Stranger Things games, which I said were amazing.
They need to push it more in the TV apps because that's where I pull up Netflix. I hit the Netflix button on my remote, comes up in there. They need to push, hey, do you want a game? Launch now on your mobile. Yeah, they need to sort of sync it in because I never pull up Netflix on my iPad or on my phone. So it's just bad marketing. And speaking of apps, AppLovin wants to buy video game maker Unity for $20 billion. That was going on today. More purchases and combinations going on. I've never even heard of AppLovin. They're an app growth and monetization agency. AppLovin submitted $20 billion offer for Unity, which of course everything's being made with Unity right now. Mobile games, PC games, Steam game, Switch games.
They have a new engine, right?
Yeah, and
that's what it is. The development tools and the engine. But so like a lot of big mobile games like Pokemon Go, Call of Duty, etc., are made using that engine too. Mm-hmm. So 20, that's crazy. I'm not seeing a lot of Unreal. Is Unreal like?
I think we've moved into like the mobile thing. Like I talked about with the handheld gaming on the rise. People want stuff that they can pump everywhere, to mobile, to Switch, to PC, whatever. It's almost
again,
like,
going back,
it's almost like PlayStation and Xbox have become an afterthought because they're a smaller market than mobile, and PC gets it because it's PC. But it's weird.
Yeah, I go back to the Reggie Fils-Aimé book.
Right.
And, him allowing Unity to, publish to Switch directly was a big fucking deal and made a massive difference with the console. Like, Unity is the player for the multi, platform.
I mean, John and Matt, do you think the Switch would be as popular if it didn't have the indie games and only had the Nintendo exclusives right now?
So less content?
Yeah, less content. Would it even matter? Do most people have their Switch just because of the Nintendo exclusives anyway?
Yeah, but it's good to have access to all of those.
Sure.
Games. John wouldn't have anything
but
to
John
talk
says it's a game changer. I don't know if it really was. I think the Switch had popularity because of the format of the dock and the handheld and because of the Nintendo IPs.
No, I think it is I think it was though, Michelle, because all of those top Steam games ended up on the Switch and not on the other consoles because I think because of Unity, honestly.
Well, yeah, like that's what I'm saying. That the Nintendo Switch PC thing is strong, and now the Steam Deck is a part of that conversation. And Xbox and Sony are being left out of the conversation with a lot of these games.
That's what I'm saying. Like
it's
that
weird.
was a big move. Like
a
lot of Steam games are on the Switch and not on Xbox or PS5. Right? Like
is the controller what's holding them back? Is it because the Switch has like touch controls? Like what is it? The installed user base? I mean, the PlayStation still has the most users, doesn't it?
Yeah.
More than Switch. So that doesn't add up.
Well, I think the Switch has outsold PS5.
Okay. Well, PS4 and PS5 combined, though, I don't think.
Right.
Do you want to talk about this GTA 6 news that's coming out?
Okay, so what specifically? Because I've been seeing a lot of stuff recently.
About the main characters. Is that where we're going?
Leaks. No, I do not want to. I mean, one's a Latino woman, the other's a guy. It's going to be a Vice City type thing. There was a pretty huge leak a couple weeks ago just about all the systems that are going to be in it. I mean, it sounds like a regular GTA game.
They said it's going to be innovative and change the way you look at GTA, though. What?
They said it's going to set creative bars for all entertainment.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's going to suck.
That's a pretty bold.
I also did read that it's going to be dumbed down a little bit because of just the way the world is,
Oh, yeah. They're toning it down.
But what does that mean,
know.
though? Like when Red Dead came out, like people were upset because you could take like a woman out from town and throw her in a river or throw her off a cliff and shit. Remember that?
Yeah, but I mean,
I remember that.
you
But like
can interact
so
with the world.
That's Rockstar a couple years ago. It wasn't that long ago. Like,
Yeah, and
but
they got their
they-
flack for that, and they loved it.
Yeah, but that's not like
GTA is
GTA
always-
often encouraged that sort of behavior. Like there were literally quests to go like, do
Carjack.
something ridiculous. Yeah. Now, I mean, you're a criminal. So what are you supposed to do? Go help the homeless in GTA?
but they're not. They can't dumb it down though because it's always going to have guns and cars and pedestrians.
Killing pedestrians.
Right. Like
right.
Hookers.
you can't get rid of
just-
that. Right.
zany
Who
action.
knows?
I don't know. Every GTA that came out always came out with controversy, and they loved that. Rockstar loved that, right?
I don't
So
think that
see
lead
them
guy there
changing
loves it anymore.
strategies.
He's made some strange statements. Seems like he's, I don't know. I'm going to hold off on hope
What would
for
Dumb
this.
Down look like, though? Because even the last one, I mean, Grand Theft Auto 4 wasn't, it was kind of like a dour, the one with Nico, like that wasn't too crazy.
like that
it
one.
wasn't like dildo swords and everything like that. I mean, it was pretty grounded.
I think
GTA's
there's the
never
freedom,
been
right? They're giving you the freedom
crazy
to be able to do
racist.
what you want. So yes, some people will do
Yeah.
ridiculous things, and some of them may come off as sexist or whatever. But it's just I
think
don't want
that's
them to
going away.
ban the things that you can do or the calamity you can cause, because that's what the games are always about. I mean, sometimes I would just not play the game
Yeah.
and I just see what shit I could create. Right? Get 5 stars from
Exactly.
the cops. That's part of it. So we'll see.
I got
I
a
think-
rocket launcher. I'm on top of a building.
Yeah.
I'm going to start killing people. Let's see what happens.
Right.
I don't think violence is what people. I think it's to be just as violent as ever. I think people are worried. Well, some people in quotations worried that it's not going to be as sexist or it's not. It's going to be too woke, as everyone says.
Well, yeah,
but I
because
don't even know what
think
that means. I don't know what
that
a
guy
woke
has
Grand
said
Theft
some
Auto
weird shit.
means. Yeah,
I don't know which guy you mean. Like,
The lead dude. I don't know his name.
oh, really?
Yeah, he said some weird woke shit, so people are worried. That's all. But
I just don't. What unwoke stuff could you do in the past that
I don't know.
it was
I
mostly
don't-
around violence? Like you couldn't really do much sex stuff, really.
Well, like with Red Dead, for example, people want to write articles about it because in Red Dead, you can take a woman and tie her to the train tracks and run over her with your horse. Okay, but you can also take a dude and feed him to an alligator. It's like, what are you choosing to do? It doesn't
Right.
make the game sexist.
I
just
remember
'cause you're
that
doing
kid that
something
made
silly.
that video. There was a woman
Yeah.
like protesting in the town, and
Yeah.
he like tied her up and threw her off a cliff,
Right.
and everyone lost their shit.
Yeah. It's
Collective
silly
shit.
stuff. So I hope they don't get in there and
Well,
like
you know what?
edit things like that.
The litmus test will be, and I use litmus test. It's Saints Row. That's coming out in a month. And
Oh,
Saints
that's
Row
gonna be
usually was
shit.
like
Okay,
Yeah.
I have to buy that game just because
I do too.
I like
Me too.
that series.
Yeah.
But yes, that does seem like. But
If that's not crazy, then things are going to be different.
that game was way crazier and stupider and immature than Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it was Grand Theft Auto. It was like a farce of Grand Theft Auto.
It was like an
that-
immature, like South Park
Yeah.
version of Grand Theft Auto or something, right? Like,
so if that's more grounded and quote unquote woke, then maybe Grand Theft Auto is going to be the same.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I'll still buy it. We'll all still buy it.
Of course. Saints Row does not look good to me, though.
no, it doesn't. I had to
Some
get it.
previews. It sounds fun.
What was the game that the Saints Row people made like a couple years ago? I bought it.
The Agents of Mayhem?
Yes.
Is that
Oh, that,
That
was
was-
so bad.
That was so bad.
Oh my god! I
That
for some
really
reason I
sucks.
purchased that too. It was like I burned $60. I remember now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I streamed that or something. That
Why
was
didn't I
really
Steam refund that? What was wrong with me at the time?
so forgettable?
Oh my god! I forgot about that. That was so bad.
So did the world.
Yeah,
That was
All right.
really shit. Are the same people involved in this?
I hope not.
That's Volition, isn't it? Isn't that the same studio? Who knows?
A live action Pac-Man movie is in the works from Sonic the Hedgehog producer now. Matt,
How the
what
fuck
happens
will
if they
that
get
work?
Chris Pratt to voice Pac-Man? Pac-Man, are you going to be pissed? I mean, how would it work? Why not? He's going to be like the Kool-Aid man. He's just going to burst into rooms and eat ghosts. Why not? What's wrong?
Well, is he going to find himself in the human world after escaping Pac-Land? And he's got to
Yeah.
collect dots that are
I
invading?
hope so.
It's going to be some... Okay.
I don't know. Move over Sonic, it says. I mean, Sonic was a successful video game movie, whether any of us liked it or not. So I think it has sort of opened
liked
up
it.
that
It was great.
Pandora's box
I loved it.
again. Did you like the second one? I don't know if we ever talked about it.
The second one was so good.
It was good. I didn't see.
Have you not seen the second one? Like
No.
with the big wily bot? Oh man, like I think in terms of video game movies, just doing fan service, Sonic movies do a great job.
Yeah.
Because they're just dumb, and you're like, yeah, that's definitely from the video game. And Jim Carrey is fantastic too.
All right,
This
is an interesting story.
What is that?
So supposedly, GTA 5 and Elden Ring and other games are coming to Xbox Cloud Gaming, and so far, a game that you can stream on Xbox Cloud would have to be also part of Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
And so it looks like Microsoft
now they're doing the NVIDIA thing.
They're allowing a game that's in your library that's not on Game Pass to be on the xCloud.
Yeah, that's like how the NVIDIA does it.
And I guess these games got badges, like in the store, that says xCloud, but it was a little premature and it doesn't work. But everyone's saying or speculating whatever that this is what's happening, is that Microsoft's going to allow these games to be streamed if you own them.
It looks
in
like
your
they're
library.
going after the most popular games: GTA, Elden Ring. They're going to start there and work backwards. But I think they want your entire library to be streamable.
Sony's dead. Honestly, like no, seriously, they're so behind the eight ball on this shit. Like they're so behind the eight ball. Like if Microsoft really is
does
doing
the average gamer want to stream? No,
not yet. Not yet.
No, they do
not.
The average middle-aged gamer does not want to stream. That's the last thing we want to do.
Not
I'm speaking for all
yet.
middle-aged
Not
gamers.
yet. Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. I'm never going to want to stream.
Yeah, why would I ever stream? I'll always have my powerful
when
PC.
when your
for
wireless,
poor people.
when your internet is faster than Ethernet,
yeah, I don't
that's
give a
why.
shit. It's not going to be faster than my computer hardware.
Streaming.
Yeah.
What's that?
What's my internet speed have to do with shit?
I never want to stream.
It's going to be the powerfulness of your machine.
I know, but that's the
You're gonna have
latency.
input
That's the problem.
latency
The delay.
on your-
That's the problem. Okay.
All right, so get back to me when we're 75. This is not going to happen next year.
It's not
Sony's going to be
75.
fine.
It's going to be sooner than you think.
All right.
Listen,
Well, I don't want to do it. I'm going to be building.
I don't
want to
do it either.
Okay,
Listen,
well,
I want it, but I recognize what the future is going to bring, and this is
I
it.
recognize that Sony outsold Xbox console wise.
That's not true. Not in Japan.
Okay.
Nope.
I play games like Returnal and Dead Cells. I need like lightning fast reflexes. I feel like streaming would let me down with that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Now
today,
streaming
maybe
works for the. Oh, sorry. What?
Today maybe, but like I've tried the cloud streaming on Ethernet in my house, and it's tolerable. It's not your first choice.
Well, even though Netflix is popular, right? If you still want to see something that looks good, you're going to want a 4K movie that you downloaded or that you have a disc of, because Netflix compresses it and makes it look like shit. So people will compromise. But when it comes to gaming, we still have these expensive devices like consoles and PCs that can play them better than streaming. And so unless you're on the go all the time, why?
Why did we shit over Stadia again? Like I didn't, but what
I did. Stadia's garbage.
Isn't that exactly what Stadia tried to do?
I have Stadia.
Do you ever try it?
I tried it one time, and I probably have invested a total of 10 minutes in it.
Okay.
Like I'm serious.
I feel like I'm going to pull the plug on that thing.
I think I got it for free or something. I think I had that.
Yeah,
Stadia
I think you pre-ordered, right, and got the box for free.
I think it was a controller and a Chromecast,
right?
That they gave me. I don't know if it was free, but it was damn near free.
Yeah, and so is Luna if you have an Amazon Prime account, and nobody's using that. And they're shoving it in our face. Every month there's games on Amazon Prime you can get from Luna free. And there were some pretty big ones. Nobody's playing them or talking about them. So yes, you can keep saying it's coming, it's coming. I don't think so.
It is coming.
Not yet. We're a ways away.
Microsoft is betting on it.
They are. But I think Sony could act quickly and establish themselves immediately
if
they
dead.
needed to. Okay.
Look, by the way, Sony does streaming. Like the whole PS.
I know, but they're
is
dead.
About streaming, and it's
I don't
great.
think they're dead.
Doing it.
I know
Like
this is a zombie episode, but I don't think they're dead. I don't think they're dead.
They're not dead. They're not dead. I want to know if there's going to be new consoles because I don't see the point of new consoles anymore.
Well, you need new consoles.
I feel like PS5 hasn't even been like used effectively.
Well, that's what's going on with the graphics cards. Like the 4 series for NVIDIA, they announced them, and like nobody's buying the 3 series now because a lot of people couldn't get them, and now that they're available, people are like, oh, do I just wait for the next series? But I mean, hardware is still continually moving in PC, so why wouldn't it continually move for consoles? Like there's going to be another PlayStation, there's going to be another Xbox.
I guess so.
Why would they stop?
I feel like well, maybe not for a long time then, because I feel like we're going to get into that iterative thing where it's PlayStation 5.2, PlayStation 5.5. Like I feel like I felt this generation was going to be the last console generation. So maybe I'm wrong, but maybe John's right. Maybe the next console is a streaming box 4 years down the road.
I don't think so. I think we have the next console, PlayStation comes out with something we don't expect. I think Nintendo Switch sort of proved that you can be innovative and do something different, and that's the reason to have the console. So what if there's a portable
maybe that's the VR
Sony thing
maybe
or the
that's
VR thing
for PlayStation.
What is the console doesn't have to just be more powerful and take the PC route. It could do something completely different. It could reinvent itself. Like Nintendo does that every time they release a console, and they've been pretty successful every time.
Right.
Generally.
And Microsoft tried and they failed.
Right.
To do that.
But that doesn't mean you have to fail. Nintendo does it.
Even though I do think the Kinect was good, though, honestly.
The Kinect was good. But
VR is going to be
as soon as Nintendo does a VR Super Mario game over. Like that's going to, I'll be first in line. As soon as they resurrect their Virtual Boy idea, I'll be there.
That's right. Or the Power Glove.
Virtual Boy was
just
horrible.
2 Power Gloves as the controllers.
I still have one of those too.
Yeah, I sold my Virtual Boy. I remember my sister at the time was working at Target, and they put them all on clearance, and so she grabbed one for me, and it was like dirt cheap. It was like $20 or something stupid.
Oh, it's amazing.
I still have some of the cartridges.
For the time, it was pretty mind blowing. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
you think
I'd never
so?
done virtual reality before. Like
it was barely virtual reality, though, was it?
But at the time, having never played virtual reality, having never experienced,
but was it virtual reality? What was virtual reality about it? Like
it was like vector graphics, right? But you felt like you were.
It was like monotone.
Like one of those things you put on your eyes and change the pictures on, like with the stained glass. That's what it like.
It had like some kind of 3D
technology.
Depth.
Is that?
It had like mathematics.
It had like some pseudo 3D depth to it, and I remember having the tennis game, but I wasn't like the ball wasn't coming to my head or anything. You know,
I felt there was a racing game too, or a flying game. I felt like I was actually racing.
I don't remember. The Wario game was the best one.
Yeah.
Why is this Xbox Elite white controller so ugly? The white controller was spotted earlier this year, but now leaked in an unboxing video. Xbox Elite 2 white controller, but the handles are black. It's like an Oreo cookie.
It's or PS5.
Oh, is that what they're trying to do?
I don't know.
I don't really like the look of it, but this was trending today on Twitter. Xbox controller.
I should buy that fucking controller.
You should. You should do the Elite controller.
I'm using an Xbox One controller all the time with the Steam Deck. That's the one I use the most because the Series X controller is not reliable with the Steam Deck. It loses Bluetooth.
Do you think Steam would release a Steam Deck controller? I guess they discontinued their Steam controller, right? Well, no, because they want the controller to be on the side of the Steam Deck because they want you to play handheld. They don't want you to prop it up on your deck and sit back hunched over like Notre Dame or whatever.
Well, Michelle,
let's not get into that conversation again.
I know, but for docking, you can't do that. So,
but they didn't make the dock. They're holding.
I know,
back.
But they've been releasing updates the last couple. If you follow the news, the last 2 updates, or at least the last one of them addressed docking because it's not reliable.
What
and
about
good.
Zombie docking? Now, what we should do though is what they should do rather is have a Steam Deck dock that comes with a controller. That's the time to release it.
Yeah, but their controller sucks. That one that came with the fucking what was that thing called? The Steam Link.
Some people like the pads and they were configurable.
No,
I know. I'm saying they could redo it though. They can do a traditional one. Well, they have to have some sort of mouse trackpad on it.
No, you don't. You don't. I never use it. I never touch that thing.
What are you yelling about?
I never touch it.
All right.
John, relax.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, the Steam Deck has those trackpads. I've used them zero. The only time I ever used them was on the fucking Aperture desk job because they made you use it. No one's using those fucking things.
No one's using the Steam Deck like you do. They're handheld gaming with it.
Why don't you go look at Reddit? You're fucking wrong.
I've seen Reddit. I'm not fucking wrong.
You
are
like wrong
30
100%.
people with Steam Decks. There's like 2 doing what you're doing. They do not want you with another controller like propped up on your deck. They want you to hold it in your hand.
Michelle, you have to. The controller support has to be there for the fucking docking.
Then why don't you get a laptop? Because it would be doing better what you want to do. It'd have a better, bigger screen. It's not a stupid conversation. Screen. I'm saying you'd have a laptop would do everything you want to do. For you, a laptop would be fine.
I just came back from vacation and I did it all in handheld mode. So I'm gonna be on a fucking magnifying glass. I'm gonna be on a fucking beach with a laptop playing fucking.
You're gonna be on a beach with your Steam Deck. What are you, a fucking loser? I brought my Switch to the beach once.
Great.
Yeah. It didn't bode well. It was bad. It got wet.
For 2 hours?
Yeah. It's not a good idea to take your devices to the beach.
I did break my phone.
Yeah. It's not good. I think I ruined my Switch.
At the beach.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
The fingerprint reader stopped working, and I think it's because my hands were wet or sand or something.
Yeah, you don't take your Steam Deck to the beach.
Well, I did, and I was very careful, and it survived great.
Right.
And I did it all handheld mode.
I'm saying deck mode games should be elevated with a TV or a laptop. You're hunched over your Steam Deck.
The Steam Deck.
I am the person
just sitting on a towel with a
created
Steam
deck mode.
Oh, okay.
Right. And so
I get deck mode, make it better.
I get to dictate what deck mode is.
Well, it's a shitty deck mode. It's really shitty.
Gabe named the Steam Deck after me.
Of course,
in honor of deck mode.
Of course,
it's true.
It's true. Sure. It's in the Wikipedia. I know.
It is. Yeah.
What you're describing is beach mode, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're
that's
describing
beach mode.
hot. Yeah, that's beach.
That's
mode.
The once a week when you go to Cape
different.
Cod. It really came in handy.
Right.
Once a year, rather.
They should use that in a commercial.
And by the way, handheld mode is fantastic on that. It is very comfortable. It really is.
That's what it was made for.
It's what it was made for.
It's made to be docked, and it has Bluetooth, and it supports controllers. So you're wrong.
No, it's a handheld gaming device. That's all. You can do other things with it, and the dock is great when they release it, because the dock you bought still doesn't work great.
They already support a gazillion fucking docks.
Okay. Great.
Not
and people are docking on their big TV. They're not staring at their fucking tiny screen with a controller.
Why don't you go look at Reddit and post?
I agree. A dock
photos
is good.
Of people.
Yeah,
there's photos of people in their break
staring
room
at a 3-inch screen with a controller. Why don't they have it in their fucking hands? These people on Reddit. You know what? Reddit's a bunch of fucking morons. If you're on Reddit and you're active, you're stupid. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now.
So there is a game on the PS2.
But I do agree with you.
There's a game called The Bible Game.
I don't even really agree with
PS2.
what I'm saying. It's just kind of true. And John should have a laptop on his deck.
I think it's weird to not be handheld with Steam Deck. And John, I'm not saying this to be whatever. I'm saying it would be weird to have a small screen, like to go through the trouble of just having a small screen outside.
I'm saying if that's the only thing you're doing, then a laptop is better, or a TV outside is better. If it's the only thing you're doing, then then you're fine. But if originally you said you're just a deck mode guy and that's all you're doing, well, then it's kind of stupid. That's all. But now that you're a beach guy, it is. If you're only on the fucking deck, you don't get a Steam Deck, you get a fucking laptop. If you're only on the deck with a controller.
You could say the same thing about the Switch.
No, you don't. No, you can't, because the Switch has exclusives.
The Switch is the same use case.
Can I play a Mario Brothers game on my laptop? I'm saying if you're
the same use case.
If you're only playing games on your Steam Deck on your deck with a controller, then you are better off with a laptop. If you're only doing that,
because
the screen is better, it'll run everything.
Said this, and you decided to take this.
It's fucking obvious. It's obvious. If you're handheld gaming and you're taking it elsewhere, fine. But if you're not, if you're only on your deck, like what the fuck are you talking about? If you're only on your deck, the laptop's a better choice. That's it.
The laptop's fucking stupid because it's like 4 times the price.
It doesn't have to be. No, you think your Steam Deck is powerful? You can get a cheap laptop that's more powerful than that piece of shit.
I get to fucking dictate what deck mode is. I created deck mode. I am deck mode.
Rage mode.
I get to tell you what deck mode.
You don't tell me shit. I can tell you when you're retarded.
You don't know what deck mode is. It's called a fucking Steam Deck.
If I had deck mode, I'd have a 65-inch TV out there under an awning and a gazebo. I wouldn't be doing your fairy ass deck mode that you're doing hunched over a 2-inch screen. So I don't know. Anyway, I think we're done.
Point, Michelle. John brought a good game, but yeah.
No, I think if you're only doing that, that's all I'm saying. I think a Steam Deck is great if you're going to use it. But if you're only doing the deck thing, which is what he said he was doing, and you're only using a controller and you're only staring at the screen and that's why the thing doesn't even have a fucking kickstand on it. He's got to prop it up on like a Hot Pocket box. The thing doesn't even have a kickstand. Yeah, they want you to use it that way, but they didn't give you a kickstand? Exactly. It was made for docking with a controller, or it was made for handheld gaming. That's it. That's what it was. I think John had a fucking aneurysm.
Is he gone?
Is he actually angry about this? Because I don't really give a fuck, to be honest. I don't like. There's no real.
Points.
I just think I don't really truly care. He can. I'm happy he has it, and I'm glad he's using it how he wants. I'm just saying, if you're only going to game outside, there's no kickstand on it. It's not really.
Yeah.
He's created a new use for it, which is fine. Anyway,
He's created the John use. Did we lose John? John, buddy. We're just having fun. We're just having fun.
He had a heart attack. Yeah, those were his.
Did I swat him?
What?
Oh, he's back. Oh, thank God.
Oh, darn.
Yeah.
I thought you were
Darn.
Wake up from your desk.
Darn. Okay. Now listen.
final
wake up.
words.
Listen.
We're about the Steam Deck.
I am deck mode.
I am. Listen.
You're under some fucking grand illusion that Gabe named the thing
don't-
after you. There's no kickstand on it. What sort of fucking La La Land are you living in? There's no kickstand on the device. If it was meant to be used how you want it,
Listen,
there'd be a kickstand.
I
Gabe said
am-
no kickstand.
I am embedded.
No kickstand.
I am embedded
Oh, thank you, Crafty.
in the Steam community, and I know
You're right.
what's going
You're
on.
on the Steam
okay?
Deck Reddit.
And
you and
yes,
the 12 other
Gabe-
guys
Gabe
showing pictures of the
did-
Steam Deck with their cats. I get
Gabe
it.
did name it after
Yeah.
me.
Of
He's
course, he
aware
did.
of deck
That's great.
mode. That's what. Okay, really.
Yep.
Then where did the word deck come from? Why did he
Okay.
call it that? Why
Because
did he
it's
call
like
that?
because it was codenamed Deckard from Blade Runner. Because this probably
No, listen, and
It was the
you
first code
don't
name
get
was
to
Deckard.
define
Deck of
deck
games.
mode.
I
I
can-
do.
I'm
do.
saying if it's the only thing you're doing, if you're only on your
It's
deck.
not the only thing. I was
I
on a
said if,
fucking
you fucking
beach
idiot. Do
in
you
a
know what if
fucking
means?
chair
Do you know what
with
the
an
word
umbrella
if means?
playing
Do you know
a
what the
fucking
fucking
soccer
word if
car
means?
game.
This
I'm
motherfucker
driving
doesn't know
around
what the word if
in a
means.
fucking
It's not
car,
in his
hitting
fucking lexicon.
a golf ball,
Okay,
and I'm doing
that's
all
great.
that on the fucking
John,
beach.
Do you know what the word if means? We ever taught that? If it's the only thing
I
you're
have
doing, like you
said
originally said,
repeatedly-
then it's not the best way to do it. That's why there's no kickstand. It's for handheld and dock
No,
gaming.
the kickstand's an oversight. That is an oversight which will be fixed.
Oversight. Okay, yeah, they
Yeah.
just forgot. They're like, there's going to be a bunch of people on their deck hunched over with a controller. Let's just not do a kickstand.
First of all, the ergonomics of the controller are no different, and honestly, you probably will get scoliosis faster
Yeah.
in handheld mode because you're more hunched.
I don't think so, because you can adjust yourself any way you want it because it's attached to your hands. You don't have your neck creaked down staring at a small screen.
The beach had Wi-Fi,
No.
by the way.
The only way that Steam
The
Deck's going
bitch
to be good
had
is
Wi-Fi.
it's eye level.
Okay.
You're staring
All right, great.
down, okay? Go get a laptop.
A laptop is staring down. What the fuck do you think?
A laptop could be a 17-inch like nice screen. Go get
Listen,
a TV.
I
You
took
fucking
3
say you're out there
boxes-
24 hours a day all summer. Get a goddamn TV.
I took 3 boxes of Cheez-Its and I put it
Why
on
did
top of
John
it.
buy a monitor with controllers attached to it? Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have detachable controllers. It doesn't have a kickstand. Nintendo may have intended that, but I don't think Gabe did. Can we get him on? Somebody email this guy. He says he reads
right.
all the emails. Let's have him settle this.
So,
That was heated. That's
We had a whole micro episode like this too, and I thought I was going to get yelled at, and everybody was like, "No, Michelle, I'm on Team Michelle here." So I get it.
Yeah.
There's people on
It's a
both
long-running
sides,
feud.
but I'm just saying it's an if.
What?
It's an if. It's the only thing you're doing. He's he's a beach guy. He's a beach Steam Deck guy. So I get
yeah,
it.
it's a versatile device. It
is.
allows
It's
me to
great.
do a lot of
nuanced
different
argument.
things.
It's
If
great.
you're only doing that, is what she's saying. But you're
Oh,
not
shut
just
up.
doing that.
There's
You're
no
taking
if
it to the
this,
beach.
I'm
that,
saying if you're a
that,
dude,
or,
you're on the
and,
train,
or-
you use your Steam Deck. Okay, you don't put it on your deck with a
I do.
controller
Well, that's a
hunched
good question.
over.
That's a good question. John, if you're going on a train, would you prop it up on the table on the
He
train?
had it
Yes,
balanced
that's-
on his
controller?
knees.
Yes.
That's so stupid.
When I
That's
am on
so
when I'm on a
stupid.
plane,
Yeah.
the
You
switch.
bounced it on the tray and play
Yes.
with the controller?
Yes, always,
Dude.
always.
No,
Pro
that's why there's no
controller-
kickstand. So what
the
do you do
Pro
with Steam Deck on a
Yeah,
plane?
there's no
You're going to just let
kickstand.
that wobble around between two glasses?
I
How are you going to
carry
keep that
a
up?
kick. I have a kickstand. I carry it with me.
So if it was meant to be
alright.
propped up and played the way you play it, there would be a kickstand in there, wouldn't it?
Okay,
Yes.
you're right, Matt. The thing has fucking robust controller support. I don't know why.
Robust. It did it because there's some people like you who prefer it, but it did it as we might have some people who prefer this.
They just
The main
added
use of it is
all the Nintendo controllers, the little fucking NES gamepad.
I'm just
talking
saying
like
there
it's a
probably would have been
year-long thing that it
detachable
took, like-
controllers or at least a kickstand if that was their main use scenario for it. It's meant to be a handheld device
I
that
don't
you
know.
can also dock and put
it's
to
really
a monitor
strange.
or a television.
It's really strange to me when I launch a game and it shows me a picture of an Xbox controller and says these are the buttons. That's really odd.
yeah, because
isn't
you
it?
have a controller plugged in. It's not odd. It's reading your
not
shitty
plugged in.
controller.
Yeah.
whatever, Bluetooth.
Steam has always been about accommodating all play styles, but it was designed primarily for.
So they want you to take the Steam Deck and dock it and put it in a monitor or a TV. That's what they want you to do, or play it handheld. They don't want you to play it with your controller. It's weird that there's no kickstand. You motherfuckers don't think they'd have a kickstand on that shit? Come on now. They would have a kickstand.
That's easy to add a kickstand, man, if that was easy. How they wanted you to play with it.
They'd even sell it on the Steam store. It would be $9.99. Yeah. It would be a kickstand shaped like Gabe Newell's head, and we'd all have it on the back of the Steam Deck. Anyway, I think we're done. Can we please leave? Can we leave? Can we stop this? Can we come back next week? We'll all be friends. We'll talk about Cult of the Lamb or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, Cult of the Lamb. Are you going to play that on your Steam Deck?
He's gonna balance it between his knees with a controller.
What are you talking Do you have glasses with like a magnifying glass on? Like
he
those,
wears like those CVS glasses. I think he's got like CVS readers, right?
Oh, do you have bifocals where you have to look down on your glasses to read the Steam Deck?
I don't have any of that shit.
Listen, go get a television. Okay. Put it outside under a gazebo.
You're mistaken.
I'm not mistaken. You said the Steam Deck screen's smaller than the Switch. You got it propped up on a DiGiorno box.
No,
there's
three
no kickstand.
Cheez-It
three Cheez-It boxes. Does that seem right? Is that what they intended? 3 Cheez-It boxes? Come on now.
I'm thinking about selling them as an item.
Well, we should invent that because there's no kickstand on it. And normal people are using their Steam Deck in their hands or with a controller on another monitor or TV.
Not power users.
Okay, power users. You're right. Power users are free to do what they want.
You should literally put this as a topic in Reddit, and let's read the comments next week.
Oh, these people would be totally against me because there's a Steam Deck people. They stick together. If one person says something, they all agree.
I saw a photo of a guy in his break room at work with a mouse and a keyboard playing Counter-Strike Go.
What a dummy! He's probably got a computer right next to him that he could play that a lot better.
In his break room?
Oh, maybe. Or he has a laptop that he could have brought to his work.
You're all mistaken.
Anyways.
Okay, it's fine. Anyways, I think we're done. Remember, you can find us on Spotify.
I want to stress here, though. I
Okay.
get to dictate the definition of deck
I
mode.
can dictate my own definition
it's not
as
named
well.
after you, John.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, you're deck mode. Deck mode is
If
you
you
all
have to
the way,
prop up
for
your
sure.
gaming device on 3 Cheez-It boxes, you might want to go back to the drawing board on how it's intended to use. You're
how it was
creating
designed.
something else, right? Now,
Yeah,
yes,
don't worry.
you
They'll
can
just use Cheez-It boxes.
Yeah.
Don't worry. That's how we
Yeah.
want them to use it.
Yeah, I think 2 Cheez-It boxes, that would have been borderline, you know.
There are
Is that the
thousands.
instructions? How many
3
Cheez-It boxes it takes?
3, I think 3 is pushing the limit. This guy's using a mouse and keyboard, not fucking controllers, you idiot. Yeah, if you're using a mouse and keyboard, I get it. There are a mouse and keyboard attached to the side of the Steam Deck. You're using literally what's on the side of the Steam Deck detached from the Steam Deck. Mouse and keyboard is not a fair comparison.
It is.
It's not, because there's no mouse and keyboard.
Why'd you get a laptop then? Why'd you get a laptop which has a mouse and keyboard built in?
Because this guy's probably playing on the train and in his hands during the day.
He's
We don't
in
know what
his
he's fucking
li-
doing.
That photo's in his living room. He's not on a train. He's in his fucking living
This guy's
room.
a fucking loser, okay? This guy's a degenerate loser. This is what you want to compare yourself to?
Well, you know what?
Some loser on a cat-haired filled couch?
Listen,
and fucking Cheez-It stain on his shirt?
He's another power user.
He's not a power user.
Yeah,
This guy's not
This
power
looks like the
using
last
anything
thing
but
you
his
see
right
before you
hand on
go
his fucking
missing.
flaccid dick. This guy's an idiot like everybody else on Reddit.
This looks so uncomfortable. Dude,
He's a power
can you imagine
user.
squinting
He's
to
not
see
a
what's
power
going on
user.
that screen?
There's
This
no
guy's a-
squinting. Who's squinting?
This guy looks like he's in a hospital
I
bed.
have to
Some
blow up
invalid.
the screen
You
to
guys
see
some
what's
invalid
on the
here.
There's
text.
squinting. There's no
No.
squinting going on
This
anywhere.
guy doesn't
This
have
is-
legs. This is a legless man.
There's no squinting. No one's
There's
squinting.
going on that.
And by the
If
way,
you
I
saw
do
who's taking a
have
picture-
the Bluetooth mouse and keyboard for the Steam Deck, which I use
That's
to play
great.
Diablo.
I think a mouse and keyboard's fine because there's not a mouse and keyboard attached to the Steam Deck.
Oh, but
there
what
already are
happened about
controllers.
scoliosis
There
and all the
are
hunching?
controllers. This guy's
What?
already got
Right.
scoliosis. His fat fuck
What?
can't get out of bed. This motherfucker
Right.
can't get out of bed. He's got
Yeah,
no legs.
okay.
You
okay.
make me a
So
guy with no legs.
scoliosis is okay with mouse and keyboard,
This
but
guy
scoliosis
has no
is not
fucking
okay with a
legs, this
controller.
guy.
Make up your fucking mind. Is
You make up
scoliosis
your
good or
mind.
bad?
A mouse and keyboard scoliosis is great. I wish I had it right now, to be honest with you.
Right.
I could stop doing this show.
Yeah.
Anyway, are we done? You want to show me a picture on Reddit and tell me that makes everything okay? Because I can show you a picture on Reddit of a guy fucking a fucking teacup. Does that make that good?
A teacup?
A teacup. Yeah.
What does that
I've
mean?
seen it. He put his dick in a teacup.
What was that? What does that do?
It doesn't do anything. That's what I'm saying.
Like
Somebody linked it to me. He put like a sponge in a teacup and wrapped it with saran wrap around it.
Oh, like a fleshlight?
Yeah, it was like a homemade fleshlight. And so there's a picture.
That breaks, man.
Yeah, but that's part of the challenge, Matt.
And
you gotta be gentle.
did it work?
Yeah. So I didn't watch it.
Do you have
I did not hit play on the GIF. I did not hit play on the GIF. So I'm just saying there was a teacup involved. And there's idiots on Reddit doing everything. That doesn't make it good.
Yeah, Reddit's not
a good place. It's people all pretending they're experts on everything. Oh, well, as a developer, let me tell you how this works. And this guy, come on, you're a hairdresser.
So look, call in. Let us know if you think zombies can have babies and what you think about guns.
Please don't. Please do not call us and tell us any of these things.
Okay.
Kalani says, why are you watching it? I didn't watch it. I get linked things, okay? Did you ever get linked something gross? Did you ever get linked Tub Girl in the 90s?
Unfortunately.
Yeah. We've all seen things you don't want to see on the internet.
I don't know what that is.
How do you not know what it is? Yeah, we'll get you a link later. You can watch it on your Steam Deck outside, hunched over.
All right, I'm going to Google it.
It is steamy. Sure.
You can watch it later. Yeah, that is my fetish.
Don't, guys, don't. Listeners, do not
A shock
Google that
site
shit.
image depicting
You'll
a
end up
naked
on a
woman
list.
lying in a bathtub with her legs placed behind her head while fountain
I
of
just
orange
remember
liquid.
yellow coming out of her butt. That's all I remember. And I was like, why is it that color?
Fountain.
I think she put something in there. She enemaed something
Like an enema.
in. Yeah. I don't think that came out.
Like that McDonald's orange
I don't think
juice.
she ate something weird, right?
Can we
All right, get us out of here. Just get us out of here.
Anyway, we hope you had fun because we're having fun. I don't really care about the Steam Deck, just so we're clear. But we'll be back next week, and we're also here during the week. If you want to subscribe or get our back catalog, head to videogameoutsiders.com, find us on Spotify, hit that follow button, and I think that's it.
Yep. Yeah, definitely go to Spotify, though, because we're going to try to push that a little bit and see what happens. And it might help us out if you follow us on there.
That's right.
I think most people have Spotify on their phone, right?
They do.
Even if it's not
We're a free version.
Premium.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt, do you have Spotify?
Yeah, I have access to Spotify.
Well, there you go. Are you following our
No
podcast
way is
on
Matt
there?
following us on there. No way.
No, probably not. I
He
this
just
is news
followed
to
us
me,
on Twitter.
It's not true. I've been on Twitter. I'm on Twitch and Twitter for the longest time.
Okay.
Followed you
All
guys.
All right. Yeah. All right, guys, listen, thanks for listening, subscribing, all that shit. We'll see you very soon. Video Game Outsiders out.
Downtown, midtown, I'm such a clown for you. Follow drunken declarations with impossible obligations. It's stupid, let's call it off. Bad pants, I could never execute the plan. Get away, away, away. It's too late, too late, too late. I could go all night, so take it off slowly. I could go all night, so take it off slowly. best night of my life. Behind a dumpster on 7th Avenue, 'cause I'm a lost cause, and you're a lost cause too. I could go all night.